I called
welcome.
second sticks before you did it. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
We can quit right now. We can just
throw
throw
it
it away.
Hi, welcome to Vaguely Anime Podcast. I'm your host, the Trash Boy, Michael, here with Sage, professional cat girl.
It's true.
And then we got Kat, professional streamer extraordinaire.
Yep.
Local Italian dad, Anthony. And fellow manga book reader, Colin.
That's all.
That's
he
pretty
gets.
good.
That's it?
That's all he gets.
You went from local Italian dad to other manga reader. Like,
Okay, hey, tell me what about that sentence was inaccurate?
I'm just saying you deserve
Well,
better.
I feel like
you notice
you
how he's
deserve
not
better.
fighting the accuracy. No, I'm fine with that. Like, you see my my
No, if
bookcase?
anything, I
It's
think it
okay.
should
do
have
see
been
your shelf,
local
yeah.
Dojin reader.
Nah, not really.
No, I don't. He doesn't really
On
partake.
occasion.
Don't lie to me.
On occasion.
Look, I think I'm the largest purveyor of the cultured anime here.
I
You
think
are,
that's
yeah.
a definitely true statement.
Yeah.
I've read one manga in my. Well, that's not true. I've read multiple manga, but one
It's
author
cute. He
only.
thinks we're talking about manga.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm guessing, I think you've said Junji.
I've read like
Yeah, Junji
almost
Ito's
all
great.
of Junji Ito's shit.
Okay.
Really?
So,
Ooh.
yeah,
I've only
really
gotten
like Junji Ito.
I got like one short story from him. I want to get more because my God, he has just some of the most incredible art. Like, I'm not really a horror
Phenomenal
guy,
stuff.
but it's just like really chilling and beautifully grotesque art.
Like, even if the story isn't all that great, the art is always just gonna be top tier.
Yeah,
because
'cause
like he puts his like heart and soul into it.
Yeah, 'cause
like
I'll-
just making the
It's
most
like
horrific
kind of
shit on the planet.
mesmerizing.
I've only
Yeah,
He has a
sure.
lot of
Especially
like the
Uzumaki.
circle
And it's
motif.
nuts.
Yeah,
it can be kind of like more like I want to say like Edgar Allan Poe kind of style horror. I think is like a kind of good
Like
way to
gothic?
put it. Yeah, it's like gothic horror. It's
A
not
little
like
bit.
I always thought
it's like very it
I would
his
say-
work transcends like different.
I always thought
genres, I
H.P.
think.
Lovecraft, but that's just I've
He's-
only.
yeah, I
I've
think that's-
only
I think
read
was
that's a
his
gonna
better
say, he's
art.
very Lovecraft. He's very
Okay.
like cosmic horror oriented. He's very
Yeah.
It's very rare that you'll see like a grounded like real life horror story. Like one of the more famous stories that he had is about like bullying. And like the horror element of it is that this woman who like got relentlessly bullied in the past like passes the abuse onto her son. So like that's like kind of like the grounded horror that I'm talking about. But then you have like Uzumaki where it's just like everything's a fucking spiral and
Yeah,
like they're all
everything's
dying.
just this all-encompassing spiral.
Yeah, exactly. So like his work transcends different genres of horror. But I think like when he does cosmic horror, he's at his best. Honestly.
yeah, I don't know. There was like some gothic horror that was just like really interesting in that. I got the short story. I believe it's Venus in the Flytrap.
Of Poe or Ito?
I'm talking Ito.
Oh, I don't think I've read that one.
All of them have this like really grotesque, like uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah,
Where
like
you're,
the tone
like,
all
as
throughout.
you're like looking at it and reading it, you're like, ooh, I
The-
do not.
No,
like
he's
that.
a master. He's like a master at like tone.
Yeah.
Like the tone all throughout is like super dread filled and like,
You have a knot
like
in your
panic
stomach the
inducing.
whole
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Oh, I'm-
And the best part is he always saves the payoff for like the last 4 pages of the manga.
Yeah.
too. I mean, like
Yeah.
Uzumaki's terrifying throughout, right? But then like that, like the one of I forgot what it's called off the top of my head, but there's one where it's like an event happens and then like people-shaped holes start appearing in like a gorge overlooking
Oh,
a
I know
town.
which one you're talking about.
And yeah, and they like go to like, and like they go and examine it, and like there's like this like all-encompassing sense of dread like throughout the entire thing. And then at the end, sorry, spoilers for everybody. Mike, throw up the spoiler tag. At the end, when they finally like examine like the holes in the gorges, you find like just a mass of like flesh and
Yeah, it's,
eyes
like, really,
and like,
like-
skin and like
it's-
blood everywhere. It's
yeah.
gross.
It feels like a
Um,
mix of Lovecraft and Twilight Zone, just from that.
So-
For
description
sure, for sure.
specifically.
His short story collections are very. I mean, they're obviously very Twilight Zone because it's like anthology, but he has a very like Twilight Zone-esque like narrative without like the narrator
Right.
to his work, which
Yeah.
I really appreciate.
Yes, research.
So
man.
that story is in the book that I have on the shelf actually, and it's called Venus in the Blind Spot, which
Ooh,
is
you were
it's a
close.
collection of about 10 short stories. Really recommend.
Honestly, can I borrow that?
Yeah.
All right, Rad.
I really recommend The Human Chair. It's the second story in that book. It's really creepy and really good.
All about it. I could mostly because I love the Twilight Zone, and I also have never really actually read any Lovecraft, but I like love the idea of Lovecraft.
I read a couple of the short stories. I
kind
got
of
like
a
one of those.
rabbit
I got
I
like
have,
one
I
of
watch
those
a
really
lot of
big
videos
ones.
talking about Lovecraft. I've just never read Lovecraft.
I have
I'm like all
I have a
about it.
very love-hate, no pun intended. I have a very love-hate relationship with Lovecraft because he's my favorite author. but he was also kind of like a racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
It was
So
not a
like
good person.
it's super like a separate the art from the artist type thing. But like when you read like Shadow over Innsmouth or like Call of Cthulhu or like Out the Mountains of Madness, like he is such an incredible writer. Like he's very like when he like in his stories, like he's all about like his protagonists or just like tertiary characters seeing like these great cosmic horrors and like them going insane and stuff like that. So I just find it kind of funny that like he's describing like these massive like beings that have like existed for eons and eons from like other galaxies and shit, like coming to Earth, and he like describes them in perfect detail. Yet like when the protagonists see them, like you go like they go insane. And then also like whenever we see them like in movies or like video games or like any form of visual media that adapts Lovecraft, like they're just like there, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because like technically, right, like if you were in Shadow over Innsmouth, right, like when the protagonist sees Cthulhu, he goes fucking crazy. Like the whole thing ends like with him going in an insane asylum and like living out the rest of his days like a crazy madman, like scribbling his shit on the
Right.
walls. So like, but like when you play like any Call of Cthulhu game and Cthulhu shows up, you're just like, yeah, it's him. No worries.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I just find it really funny that like that's like a thing. But to make a long story short, I think Lovecraft is a phenomenal writer, but total piece of shit of a
Yeah.
human being.
So I learned something kind of interesting today about Tolkien and how Lord of the Rings is like, it's actually a super like biased story in terms of the way that he like sold that story was that I'm gonna get some of the words wrong here, but like the red book that Bilbo and Frodo are writing in, that they write the like story in.
Yeah.
So they wrote their story in that, and then
Right, so it's like a frame story.
right. So Bilbo also wrote a bunch of like the extra lore and stuff, and that's what made the Silmarillion. I don't know if you know it.
The
that-
Silmarillion's fucking homework, but we can talk about
But
that.
yeah,
later.
I
no,
watched
so-
I watched a YouTube video explaining it once, and that's the most I ever want to do.
That's
but-
all you need to do.
but yeah, so,
that's
like-
all you need to do. Nobody ever needs to read the
I've
Silmarillion.
never consumed any Lord of the Rings content.
You should watch
the
the
Hobbit,
movies.
the Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings books are really good.
The
but
Hobbit,
you
the
guys
movies
watch
are
the
also
them.
Hobbit,
great.
the Hobbit book is amazing,
Yeah.
and it's also like less than 300 pages.
The
It's like
Silmarillion-
200 pages max. I
Yeah.
think.
The Silmarillion is
Silmarillion
basically
is
the
a
Lord of the Rings
textbook.
Bible.
It's a textbook.
It's-
It's like
it's
it's
the-
homework.
Yeah, but
It basically explains that Gandalf was actually an angel,
Yeah.
yeah,
and
so
he's always been. He didn't
He's
learn
always
that.
been
He was
literally the
born.
Silmarillion is
Like
the
And
world's
Sauron
Bible,
was
basically.
a demon, and
But-
then they fought for a while.
It just always seemed like a very intimidating IP, so
It's-
I never went near it.
It's really not if you just like kind of go and like watch,
watch
the
the
movie.
movies.
Just
Yeah,
watch the
it's
movies.
pros.
It's like the hardest part about it is that it's 3 hour movies.
yeah,
So you just
exactly.
watch it like in
Who has that kind of time on their hands?
Me.
Oh, you could do a week.
you.
I am
How much
watching
TV do
Fullmetal
you watch?
Alchemist
How-
Brotherhood right now. I
How-
just
is that more than
started
3 hours?
rewatching
Is that
it.
more than 3 hours? Is that more than
No.
9 hours total for
No. No.
what is that? 54 episodes?
No.
but
No.
But if you want to read Tolkien, like The Hobbit is like written for children.
Yeah, it is a
So like its
children's
prose is very simple. Lord of the
Oh,
Rings
okay.
is more for adults and stuff like that.
Right, right,
Whereas
right.
prose gets a little bit more wordy, but it's like Hemingway-esque. If you ever read Hemingway.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's kind of like that. He's very
I
direct.
think everyone reads Hemingway. At
Yeah,
least
I
in
mean
high
like
school.
Old Man and the Sea whips, but like
fucking.
oh, I love that book. Shut up. You're not talking shit about Old Man and the
No,
Sea
I
right
don't
now.
think Old Man in the Sea is bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I
Okay.
just have a lot.
Because you just had like a I just saw like your blood boil a little
I
bit,
just
and I was
have
like,
a lot
uh-oh.
of feelings.
Anyway, my point originally was just that Tolkien was sold it as he didn't write the book. He found the red book and then like translated it and
Oh,
like
what a
wrote
scam!
and wrote it. And then he like claimed that he lost it in like a fire, and so it's just his interpretation of the tale
Yeah.
of the tale. So that
So
it's
he's
like
a
a
liar.
That's a pretty cool way to market it. Though.
Yeah,
like, that's
so-
really
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah, but so
that's
like
really
it's
cool.
like, oh, not only is the story told through the eyes of Bilbo and Frodo that are not necessarily reliable narrators, it is then also told through the frame of him interpreting their interpretation.
Yeah.
So like he adds insane amounts of world building just through the fact that he has said that he found a book through it and not actually anything else.
My dude really
You guys are really enjoying this Tolkien chat, huh? You guys love Lord of the
one
Rings.
of
I can
my
tell.
okay. There's a bit. All right. So you remember last episode how I was talking about that super niche thing that only you find funny?
Right?
Okay. So here's another one. Here's another one because it just happened, right? So there's like this so there's like this thing, and it's a very like infrequent and like super non-consequential, but whenever somebody like is about to like explain something, and as they're starting to explain it, you hear like the crack of a beer can in the background. They're like, "Ah, shit, it's gonna be a long one." Like for some
Better
reason,
open my drink now.
for some reason that murders me, and I don't understand why.
Because it's funny.
Because
Because
it's
it's
hilarious.
funny.
It's
You know what
hilarious.
it is? I think it's because it's such a distinct sound.
Yeah.
So when you hear it, you just know
know
somebody's
Yeah, it's
like,
just somebody
"God
is so
fucking
disinterested
damn
in what
it."
they're gonna say. Like,
I think it's even funnier just because you can't open it yourself.
I
So you have to like had to open it.
All
If you had to do, like, a drug deal behind-
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna open it. It's just the loudest.
like a
fucking
literal
sound.
like, yeah. Here's the drug deal behind the high school like pass off that I'm handing over to Sage, which is my freaking Corona extra seltzer.
My
like,
nails are too long, so I can't like get the tab.
You got the Sears lady nails.
The what?
The, like tapping.
Yeah,
on
like
it.
the-
yeah,
like
everyone
the
knows
secretary
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Every lady at Sears got those really long nails.
Yo,
that, like
for
How
real.
old are you?
Doesn't
How
exist
old are
anymore.
you?
Where are you
Sears
going to a
doesn't even
Sears?
How old are you? I'm 24. I
is
remember
closed.
Sears when I was a fucking
like,
child.
Sears
not
before it went
anytime-
away, and before the
When you were
I don't
4
think
years
I
old?
ever
You know the
no,
only
that was
thing-
there till like 2 years ago.
The
I've
only thing
never
that
been
goes
to a
on in
Sears.
Sears right now is hobo orgies. All right, that's the only thing that's happening in Sears.
I think
I don't
he's
think
right.
you're. I don't think you're wrong, but that was
It's
a bold
all I'm
statement.
saying. It's
Okay,
all
well,
I'm saying.
I would also argue the ladies at Macy's too, but that also
No, it's
closed
like a
now.
department store
That's a
thing, you know
department
what
Yeah, I
mean?
guess it's just
Mike, do you
department
have
store
like an encyclopedia of like women that work at like Macy's and like J.C. Penney?
Yeah, do
and
you have, like,
with like
categories?
follicle length of like
Honestly,
like Polaroid
Sears
pictures like a
ladies
serial
always
killer,
had the
like-
longest nails.
How
Are you
old
like
is
Robin
it?
All right.
Williams in 1
I have
hour?
a
My
photo
dad,
story.
my dad,
Alright, so,
my dad loved
I wa-
Sears. Like he
My
went there
dad
first.
loved-
No,
it
no,
was
so
I want to
I'm
bring it
kinda
back for a
far.
second.
Sears.
I want to
Around
bring
the
it back for a
fire.
Man,
second.
Sears was a great hardware place to like get a bunch of shit before it
They
went
had
under.
everything at Sears.
Yeah,
What are
They
you trying
have
to say?
everything.
I want to bring it back for a second, but somewhat to Lord of the Rings, but more so just.
This is way
no,
more
I promise we're done.
entertaining
No, we're done with
than
Lord of the Rings.
we
We're
are
done with Lord of the Rings. We're done with Lord of the Rings. But it's Tolkien has some of the best, if not the best, he's known for world building.
Oh, for sure.
Like just
100
fucking
trillion%.
toppest tier, S tier. What's some world building?
Would you
story?
would you put him in the same tier as Oda?
See, I knew you were gonna go
Tolkien
with
is
that
like
because
dude,
I wanted
Tolkien
to
is the
talk
top
about
of
Oda.
that tier. Like
Tolkien, I think
is
is
like
like
the gold standard for world building.
I consider Oda probably to be the Tolkien of manga.
I-
Like that's a
I-
pretty
I-
bold
I
statement.
sure
I
could.
think
I
I
think
think it's
I'd
a
agree
really
with
bold
that.
statement, but like
I think you'd like One Piece.
I-
It's
like,
a lot,
world-
and
world
I mean, we
building
talked
alone.
about it last episode. But like, it's a lot, but it's
It just seems
It's-
very
it-
daunting.
it is
but
daunting
it's
at first,
worth
but then
it,
it's
dude.
exciting. But then it's exciting because you
never hit
never
the
run
fatigue.
out.
You never hit the fatigue.
you
and
don't
it
hit
just
a
feels
fatigue.
like it gets better
You-
every time.
There is like 2 story arcs that are weaker than the previous ones, and they're not bad.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we just talked about this last
Calm.
I mean,
episode.
I
but
do
I'm just saying,
appreciate
it's
consistent
worth it.
quality. So I
Yeah.
mean,
How do you feel about the world building in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Okay, so the world building in Yu-Gi-Oh is fucking phenomenal. Okay,
so, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
drink
just-
every time we talk about a children's card game.
Honestly,
Is it on motorcycles?
You will be
No,
dead.
Well, then it's dead to
we're,
me.
We're talking like OG Yu-Gi-Oh into Yu-Gi-Oh Duelist, which is like
the first issue, right? The first manga.
So
Well,
Yu-Gi-Oh
the first
is the
manga
first manga
series.
series, which is 7 volumes.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Yu-Gi-Oh Duelist, which is kind of like a soft reboot.
Yeah, when they made it about the card game.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Because initially, for those who don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh was not originally about the card game.
Not even
It
a
was
little
about
bit.
a kid who was possessed by an Egyptian
Pharaoh.
pharaoh's spirit who would murder people who bully him effectively
Yeah.
or would do wrong near him. He would just be like, I'm going to challenge you to a shadow game, and the only
punishment
way,
game.
a punishment game, and if your biggest greed or whatever your fatal flaw is, if
Pot
you
of greed, if you will.
Stop.
Nice.
if you go through with that,
Thank
then I will send you to the shadow. He's gonna fucking murder you. He
The
fucking-
Shadow
Yeah,
Realm
you
was-
either,
was
He
dead.
liked
you
to do
either
your family.
Fire.
die or you just go mentally insane and get to live.
Yeah, like there's the one dude who thinks that like dirt and trash is money, so he's just like rolling around in filth because he's so greedy. And there's another guy that he just
Who
lights
goes
on
like,
fire.
and there's another one where it's like a video camera guy
Yeah.
whose vision gets turned into only like large pixelation, so
Yeah.
he can't see.
Oh,
You know the kind of large pixelation
That's dark.
popular
Yeah.
in
Did they
Japanese.
decide to go for
videos.
the card game?
So in
Okay.
I
the
only ever saw
So-
that.
So I
Yeah,
think in the
same.
6th volume, Yugi does play a card game.
Yeah. So
That is essentially Yu-Gi-Oh.
And then they were like,
And
we
then
could sell the
It was
cards,
it
and
No.
was
they never
printing in
returned
Shonen
back.
Jump, and so many people wrote into Shonen Jump being like, "Where can I play this card game?" That they were like,
They told the author to change the
"Ooh,
story.
we
Yeah.
can make
Gotcha.
some money." And then once they finished that 7th volume, which wasn't actually the end of the story, but then they were like, "All right, we got to take like a hard left turn to start selling kids some cards, so we can make literal billions of dollars."
it is a.
And they
It's
did
a lot of
Yu-Gi-Oh!
big industry.
Duelist, and that's where the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime comes into play.
Yeah, okay.
And then after all of that, they had Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World, which is like the proper ending to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, because that's what the author wanted it to be, like leading up to. But because they had to take a sharp left turn into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, he was like, I need to like scrap all this stuff, but also keep it weirdly tied in with this like slightly futuristic, super like intelligent technology.
Yeah.
But like it's still 1997 in this universe.
Also,
Because
the-
Kaiba
the-
gets his like rage at Yugi from the first 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
that's
but they
why.
never explain why he still has it in like the reboot.
because
type
it's
thing.
it's just like they do flashbacks to what's called Season 0, where he has green hair.
Well, in the
Yeah,
manga,
just
it
throw
says
it in there. Just throw it in
in
there.
the manga you'll see little like footnotes where they'll reference things from the first 7 volumes, and they'll be like, "See first volumes of blah blah blah."
Yeah.
But in
Basically-
the anime, they kind of like spell it out a little bit more.
Yeah, basically, I think it was that he was, he what was it? You just read it recently. You know it better.
So Kaiba does have like his own game company in the original.
Yeah.
And him and Yugi do play Yu-Gi-Oh! Essentially.
And he beats him with Exodia. Like that's where that came from, because that
Right.
was never in like the first season of Exodia. They just talked about
Yeah,
how
they just tossed him in the
he
water.
beat him with Exodia, and the first time you see Exodia, it's just Weevil Underwood like, say goodbye to Exodia.
yeah, and he
Yeah,
throws it into
some
the ocean.
some random
Throws
dude.
it
I
out there.
don't think does he exist
okay.
in the
Let
rest
me
of the
explain.
show?
Let me explain this to you. Wait. Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you the story real quick for those of you who didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh. So
Oh
you.
no, wait, no, it's in the show, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
like the
Literally, the
little
first
shit
episode.
thrown
Yeah,
on
with
boat.
the
So
green,
in
like-
the very
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah,
episode,
yeah.
it is established that Yugi, our main character, has the most powerful card in the game. Period. You win. It literally says you win.
If
It's
you get all
5 cards.
5,
if you get all
win.
5 pieces, you just win.
You just win.
There's not like a bunch of these. Like it's very, very rare. So he's on a boat on the way to a tournament where you can win like $1 million to play the game, and some professional comes up to him. He's like, "Oh, can I see Exodia real quick?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure."
Yugi being a
Here you go.
complete
Here,
idiot.
look
You
at it.
dunce.
Look at my cards. And he's like, "Cool." Throws it off a boat.
Yeah, into the ocean. And then Joey, his dumbass friend, goes to
Brooklyn?
jump into the ocean off of this ginormous
The
yacht
best, bro.
Oh, what a king.
Yeah.
to get
is a
the
king.
card.
Joey
Risked
Wheeler, dude.
his
Joey Wheeler's a
life
baller.
He only
for
gets like
paper.
2. He only gets 2, but he committed.
He got 2.
What a king, dude. I love Joey Wheeler.
But anyway,
Hey,
as I was
you.
saying,
hey, yo.
as I was
Oh,
saying,
hey, yo.
so in the original,
Good
Kaiba
plan.
and Yugi do have a duel, and Kaiba loses. And
Yeah, I remember
Kaiba's
that.
like, I can't believe I lost to this child.
He also
At
Kaiba
this,
crushes him,
he does mind crush him.
which is a power that the Pharaoh has, which just he makes you go insane.
Right. But so he then invites Yugi to come duel him again, and he's created an entire theme park, built an entire theme park
I remember this. I remember this. Yeah.
to go and try and kill Yugi and his friends
Yeah.
before they could get to the rematch.
Seto Kaiba is the one and only anime character that, like,
The-
for a fact, would let other women fuck his wife. I mean, other men fuck his wife.
The
Other men.
pettiness,
He is like he is
The-
Cuximus Maximus, dude.
the
If
pettiness
we're going
is
into ancient Roman days.
unrivaled.
He
It's
doesn't just do
Biggest
that once. Like,
dickus,
he
if you
does
will.
that, then he goes
No,
then he
no,
goes
no,
to
no,
the the Pegasus tournament. Then he takes over an entire city for a tournament.
Oh yeah, the Pegasus tournament.
Then
Didn't, like, some
later,
dude, like, rip his eye
later
out?
on, he
Yes.
goes and does the
Yeah, he has the
amusement park
Pharaoh
thing
eye.
again.
wait, say that
He
again.
does the amusement park thing again, doesn't he?
Oh,
Like
Two
after
amusement
after
you like
Battle
filler
City.
arc? Like really?
Yeah.
No,
Smells
That
like
was,
Wait,
no,
no,
that
I
was
paid
that
for
was
this
like
whole amusement
after.
park, so-
I'm gonna use it
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
That was like
Go
after the
back.
Orichalcos arc.
Oh, I never watched after
Yeah,
that.
no, they go back to an amusement park,
Rip.
and
Look,
they have a
the
tournament.
most I know about Yu-Gi-Oh is the bomb ass OP, the theme Do Slap.
I forgot what the
Uh,
theme is.
But-
It's time to
That one?
duel.
Duel.
Yeah.
Iconic,
Uh,
iconic.
Iconic.
Iconic. That and also I'd let Dark Magician Girl step on me.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX has the better theme.
Wait. You know who was the
I
Oh,
like
what?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Card games
GX.
on motorcycles?
No.
That's not GX?
underrated
5Ds.
best
Oh, yeah.
girl of Yu-Gi-Oh? Like of the cards?
Yeah.
What was her name? She was like blue and bald.
Oh,
Dark
uh,
Necrosphere?
Dark Necrosphere. I pulled
Wait,
her.
is-
I
is-
pulled her
is-
out of a pack when I was a kid.
Incredible.
I liked Goth
Pull-
Girls
pull it up.
forever.
Pull
Like-
it up. Pull it up.
You
Pull it
can't
up.
pull
Oh,
it up?
absolutely.
Are you talking about the one with what's his face that nobody likes? The
Bakura.
Karibo for hair? No, his favorite OP.
Oh. What?
What?
The joke in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is that he's a Karibo. His hair looks like a Karibo. Are you talking about that guy?
No,
Jaden?
that's
Jaden?
Jaden.
Are you talking about
No.
that OP
No.
that you like?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the best OP. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Generation Next rules. Game on, get your game on.
That is by far the worst of the
no.
bunch.
Well, no, because then there's the space one, and that one's awful.
Yeah,
What?
Space.
Oh,
yeah,
also-
there's one that goes to space, and they just play card games in space.
Bro, how is Yu-Gi-Oh like
Is that Dark Side
consistently
of
so
Dimensions?
raw? Like,
No, it's actually. Here's the
I
thing.
don't know.
They're actually like.
that's hard, dog.
Wait,
That's
Anthony,
hard
Anthony.
as hell.
Card
Like,
games on motorcycles is the
in
best
space,
iteration.
dude.
Anthony-
This is
So
like the James Bond of
So
anime.
GX,
dog. Like-
GX is the one where they had a school dedicated to learning how
Oh,
to
yeah,
play
he's
card
that
games.
was set up by
She's cool.
Seto
She's
my
Kaiba.
fave.
Kaiba.
No,
Kaiba.
that's played by Bakura.
Yeah, it's played by. No. I'm talking about the school was set up by Seto
Oh.
Kaiba, and Kaiba is so petty. He made the class structure based on the highest class is based on the card that Kaiba had, and the lowest class is set based on the card that Yugi had.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you
Blue
remember I
Eyes-
said that
Blue
guy
Eyes-
with
no,
that
it's
other
no, no.
Blue
motherfucker's wife?
Obelisk.
Obelisk Blue is the highest. Raw
Golden
Yellow is
Raw,
the middle.
right.
And then Slifer Red is the
Slifer
lowest.
was arguably, not even arguably, was the coolest one though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Obelisk was
but
kind of the
Kaiba
most
is
powerful.
petty.
Was it? thought they were all like
kind
equal.
of. You could use
Raw, by the way, I feel like was the most boring.
Wait, which one is that?
That's the,
The
like
golden,
the
like-
golden.
Oh wait,
Eagle.
the three legendary
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, blue is the best.
I used
God
to
cards?
I used to have like
Yeah, blue is
I don't
cool.
know
That was
how
my
I
boy.
got it, but I had like a big ass like dire like fucking statue of Slifer that you would like put together.
Oh, I got one of
was
those for Obelisk,
huge.
and I never got to finish putting it together because it was
I-
much too hard for a 70-year-old.
I have no idea where it is,
Where
but I'm
is it
pretty
now?
sure I put it together.
I don't fucking know. I
Have
got
you
like
just
part
lived
of
in this house.
I got like part of
Where'd
it, but
go?
it got thrown away.
Oh.
Probably at some
Really?
point. Yeah, I guess mine also
I
did,
wish
but
I
I
still
remember
had it. It
being
was really
huge.
cool. I'd put it together now that I love like Gunpla and stuff. But
I also have a very
Um,
specific
I wa-
memory
actually-
of putting that together while watching
Bill.
Shrek. Shrek 2.
Ah yes,
specifically.
art cinema.
What a king.
Anthony.
You know, I was actually watching Shrek at dinner
Who are you?
Anthony.
continue.
for sure.
What a good dinner.
Yeah,
What's up, Sage?
I need to tell you that in Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yes,
at
play it on
some
me.
point, Kaiba gets so petty,
Naturally.
he builds a whole ass space elevator.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the like
Yeah.
the satellite
Yeah,
is
he
in the
does.
shape of his initials.
Yeah.
What a
He
guy.
puts
Yeah,
his
he
initials on
does.
everything.
Also, he creates I believe a computer replica
Like an
of
AI
Yugi.
of
Seto
Yugi.
Kaiba is
Yeah,
just
of or Yami.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Seto
Yami to
Kaiba.
fight him.
I'm gonna say it. Seto Kaiba is just
Seto.
horny. Is just
Seto.
horny Dr. Robotnik. That's
not
all
wrong.
he is. That's
You're
all
not.
he is. Dr. Robotnik's pulling machines and shit out of his ass all the time. Seto Kaiba's making amusement parks. This is a Sonic. Yu-Gi-Oh is a Sonic Adventure level.
Wait,
That's
can
all
I
it
tell you
is.
something else that's really
That's all
funny?
it is. What?
So, Kaiba gets the company Kaiba
Corp.
Kaiba Corp. Thank you. Yeah.
Kaiba Corp, yeah.
Kaiba Corp.
So by the way, Kaiba
Yeah,
is
okay.
got,
sure.
So Kaiba was adopted by a billionaire.
Naturally.
The
Of course.
billionaire
Of course he
decided
was.
to adopt him and his younger brother because Kaiba could beat him in a game of chess.
Yeah, but so
At the
so
orphanage.
the billionaire.
Is this where we're at?
And
The
that's and then he
billionaire
was like,
adopting
"I'm
people
good
now?"
at games. I should run the game company."
Son,
No,
do you want a
the
life
billionaire-
of Do you want a father, son? You have to beat
You have
me
to
at
beat
chess.
me at chess. You have to beat me, an adult man who has business.
You know
savvy.
how you're in the orphanage right now?
no. But so the business before Kaiba took over
Yeah.
was arms dealing,
Yep.
and he changed it to
He's Tony Stark.
exclusively
Yeah, he is.
children's card games.
I mean, more lucrative. I mean, you're not gonna see kids buying AK-47s all the time.
No,
Like,
it actually is more lucrative because then everything runs off of playing cards
there
in that
you go.
universe
Yeah,
somehow.
for sure.
Well, yeah, and
He has like the most he has like the best corporation in like the world, doesn't
I'm
he?
sure he
yeah,
does.
he's like
And
a
it's just
multi-billionaire. He
card
just does
games.
whatever he wants.
Is
he-
Seto Kaiba just
Seto.
Seto Kaiba just the precursor to Jeff Bezos? Is this?
No, he's
Is
like
this where we're
Elon.
at?
He's like Elon Musk if he wasn't a piece of shit.
Oh, hate
Yeah,
that.
Elon Musk, but if he wanted to like
Instead of
produce
going to
children's
Elon
Mars.
card
Musk.
games.
Elon Musk, but if he was a cuck.
Yeah,
Right.
Essentially.
No, that's not different.
We're really
Are we
weirdly
just-
hitting on Elon Musk here for
Did I
some
ever-
reason.
speaking-
Elon
Cucks.
Musk's not gonna watch this, and even if he
Speaking
did,
of
Speaking of
Cucks.
cucks,
Whoa.
did I ever tell you guys my Judd Apatow theory? You guys know who Judd
I don't know
Apatow
how
is,
that is.
right?
You
You
have
Judd,
said
Judd
this.
Apatow is?
Who?
Who's that?
Judd Apatow is the director of like he's made a bunch of like really critically acclaimed comedy movies like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, Super Bad.
those are good.
I only saw Knocked Up,
Okay,
You didn't see Superbad?
I
No.
saw
you're not
Superbad.
missing
That's
much.
good.
but I love Knocked Up.
I cannot stand Judd Apatow, and this
Wait,
theory that I have
Superbad
is
the one
purely
with,
out of spite.
What's his name? Skinny guy?
Michael
Yeah.
Michael Cera.
Yes.
Michael
Yeah.
Cera.
George
it's-
Michael.
And
What?
what's his name?
Have you ever seen Arrested Development?
No.
His name is George Michael in the show.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
it's kind of
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
and Jonah Hill, and it's written by like Seth Rogen.
It's written, written by Judd
and-
Apatow, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Judd.
Yeah, like
Apatow,
that whole.
Seth
They
Rogen.
used to be like
Isn't,
a creative team.
didn't James Gunn also help write that? Or am I thinking of a different movie?
Sure could have
I don't
been.
know.
I
I might
don't
have
know.
been thinking of a different
James
one.
Gunn was James Gunn was busy with his Spike TV commitments at the time Superman came
No,
out.
not Spike
Very
TV.
important.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
important.
We're not going on a Spike TV
let's
Spike
not talk
TV
about
original
Spike TV.
programming. Yeah.
Let's not go on a Spike TV tangent, please.
No, it was Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg who wrote Superbad.
Yeah, they're like a creative team.
Yeah,
They bought like Preacher to the small screen.
yeah. That's why like the two main characters are named Seth and Evan.
Cute.
That'll do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
But then they play like Seth Rogen plays a cop with who was that?
Bill
That was-
Hader.
Bill
Oh
Hader.
right, yeah,
thank
because
you.
no, they wrote that about like they're like
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
high
Jonah
school
Hill's
they,
kids.
supposed to
they
be like
initially
Seth
wrote
Rogen,
it
yeah.
like
Yeah.
as they were. I think they said they wrote it like as they were in college, and they meant to play it, but then it took too long for them to get it made. That they were like, we can't play these characters.
We aged out.
Yeah.
I mean, to be quite honest, I think they got like the best next choices.
Oh,
You know, the
absolutely.
next
Michael
best
Michael
choices.
Cera and I'm sorry,
Jonah Hill.
just fucking killed those roles.
I
Yeah,
love me some Jonah
I mean,
Hill.
I have nothing nice to say about Superbad, but other than that, I
it's got-
liked
it's
I
got some good
liked
jokes.
the
And
I
then
like the
fucking
casting of
Christopher,
Jonah Hill and Michael
Christopher
Cera.
Mintz-Plasse?
Who?
What?
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Oh yeah, well, whatever.
He is McLovin.
He's McLovin.
He's McLovin. No, he's a funny guy.
All right, Anthony. What
Sure.
do we do? Let's get into your theory.
Oh,
real
I'm sorry.
fast.
My Judd Apatow is a cock theory.
Yeah, actually, hey, let me prep.
All right, let's go.
Crack him open, boy.
We're really covering a gambit so far.
Yeah, we sure are. So Judd Apatow, I think, is a slime bag, right? I think he's just the worst. Okay.
Because you don't like Superman?
Because I don't like him. I just don't like him
But,
in
like,
general.
Why?
I think he's just like because he's mean. Well, apparently, like everybody that he's worked with have always said that like he's mean,
Okay.
and he's
Yeah.
also just not funny. I think I just don't think he's funny. So his wife her name is Leslie Mann. I don't know if you guys. She's an actress. She's in every like Judd
That's-
Apatow movie.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, what does
She's
she look
in-
like? Colin,
She's
look it
like
up.
blonde.
What's
Wow,
her name?
that's vague. Leslie Mann.
You
That
didn't let me
sounds-
finish.
So familiar.
She's
blonde.
blonde. That's vague.
She's a woman.
Wow, now I know exactly.
yeah,
who
yeah,
it is.
exactly.
She
yeah.
has feminine
Yeah, that's
features.
Leslie Mann.
Yes.
Oh, I love her.
She's a very attractive
really
woman.
funny.
Yeah, she is funny. She's just in Judd Apatow movies.
Oh, wait,
um,
did he do what's that movie
Is
called?
she
The
in
Other
17
Woman?
Again?
No,
Is
I
that
don't.
Oh,
think
she
so.
might be.
Wait, is
I can
she?
look it. I can
Do you
look
know
it.
the
Is that
movie?
is that
The
the
Other-
That's a
is
great
that the one
movie.
with
Zac Efron,
Zac Efron, yeah.
where he becomes
17
again.
Wait,
who
wait.
plays the guy before Zac
Luke
Efron?
Perry, not Luke Perry, Matthew Perry, the
Matthew
guy from
Perry.
Friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it's
It is
not
him.
Troy Bolton's dad? What a
Oh
scam.
God, I wish. I told you guys about how Troy Bolton's dad is married to Blake Lively's half sister, right?
Yeah.
And she's in my
Yeah.
and she's in my favorite bad movie ever, Teen Witch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
She was in
we're
17
gonna
again.
talk about
Nice.
one day.
She's the mom, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she's the mom.
Is that like
She
the
was in
last thing
Drillbit
Matthew
Taylor.
Perry's ever done?
No, he was in the Friends reunion
No,
like
Yeah,
a week
but
ago.
minus
that
that.
just happened.
Minus that.
No, he was also in Fallout New Vegas. He plays Benny. Funny
Who?
enough.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays
that's
Benny.
funny.
Did that come out after?
That was
I think
17
so.
again.
I was
I think it was
after-
2010 that
Do you know
movie
how
game came
long
out.
ago 17 again?
Do you know how?
No
long
idea.
ago
I never
New
saw
Vegas
the
was?
movie.
I think when that came out.
I never saw that movie.
I
It's a great
also
movie.
did
You should
not
watch
see
it.
that movie.
I
the guy
love-
from
I
Reno
love-
9/11's in it.
I love
Thomas
Matthew
Lennon.
Perry so much. I thought he was so.
He's a charming guy.
Yeah. He,
Wait, what did you just call that?
Apparently.
What?
Say that again. The title of that show.
Reno 9/11? Reno 911?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I thought about it too, and I was like, you know,
Reno
I-
911.
I
Fine.
was like,
Reno
I-
911 exclamation point.
I
for
totally
being
could have
annoying.
left it, but I was just like, really?
9/11.
I
was
don't know.
not a
I've never
choice,
watched
but-
the show. I just know that Thomas Lennon
Wait,
plays
why
the
do
main
you
character.
hate
It's about
this Judd
cops.
Yeah.
Patow. What's his name?
Apatow.
Oh, Judd Apatow about how he lets
get
other
this-
men sleep
let's
with
get
his
this
wife.
story.
Yeah. So Judd Apatow, okay. Every single Judd Apatow movie, right? Leslie Mann is married to somebody who is like incrementally more attractive than Judd Apatow.
What does Judd Apatow look like?
Is he not?
he looks like one of the seven dwarves. Like he
Oh
looks
no.
like a hobbit. If
Calling him up.
I'm being real.
Wait, but
So it's the opposite of like
I
the
don't
Adam
think- I don't
Sandler
think he's
thing, where
smart.
Adam
He
Sandler's
looks like a gremlin.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
he looks like a
no,
gremlin.
No.
oh no, that's
guess I was wrong.
schnoz.
How old is he?
so it's
He
the opposite
looks
of the
like
Adam Sandler
70.
thing, where Adam
80s.
Sandler's always with incredibly
Adam,
hot.
Sandler's always with
Adam
incredibly
Sandler-
attractive women.
I
Yes.
respect Adam Sandler because
Me
he has found
too.
he has
He
found
knows
a
He
way.
He
makes
knows what
movies
he
to get
wants.
vacations with
He-
his friends.
That's all he
makes
does.
movies to get vacations with his friends. He's always married to a really hot woman.
Yeah.
And and you know what?
And it's always
He's-
either
and you know
Drew
what?
Barrymore
He's
or
funny.
Jennifer Aniston.
Apparently,
He's
he's a
funny.
genuinely
He's a
super
very
nice
nice
person.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
He
I-
shot a movie in town here a couple
He
years
did,
ago.
I remember that.
And he took pictures with pretty much everyone. who
Oh,
wanted to
what a
take pictures
king.
of him.
Movie.
I
Was
think
it
it was the
Hubie
I
Halloween?
think it was the cobbler or something.
He,
Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure at some point he like left the set to go like just hang out with some people.
What a
like,
king.
take
Yeah,
pictures.
honestly.
Actually,
love
actually, a
Adam
family
Sandler
friend of
so
mine
much.
I do
used
too.
to date him. So
Oh yeah,
She
you
did?
told me
yeah.
that.
So she went and said hello to
Wait,
him,
who
and
did
she,
you date him?
a family friend of mine.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
she used
forgot.
to date him. So she was like, tell him, you know, and whatever her pet name for his pet name for her is here. And then he was like, oh, and he, you know, he ran over, he said hello, he talked with her for a bit. My friend, who's her son, was there, and you know they took pictures and talked for a little bit. And he was a super pleasant guy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Took pictures with a ton of people. Was just so nice.
How
Everybody
do
said.
I date?
I really
Adam
like
Sandler?
that.
People were just like, he looked tired, but he took pictures with everyone.
Oh, honestly, what a king.
I love him so much.
Adam Sandler gets way too much shit, I think.
Because like
He just
his
makes
movies,
bad
are, because his
movies
movies
for
are
sure.
not
Yeah, but
super funny,
that's
but they're
because he-
still fun to watch.
Because
And they
he
have a
makes
good
care about the
joke.
movie.
Dude,
He's doing it
Adam
for fun.
Adam Sandler's run in like the mid '90s to like the early
Oh my
2000s, unmatched.
Also,
Happy
like,
Gilmore.
Unmatched.
Billy
Happy
Madison.
Gilmore, Billy
Dates.
Madison,
Billy Madison,
51st Dates is
But,
But
pretty
like
good.
also when he
I like the
when
Longest
he
Yard
gets
remake, too.
serious,
Longest Yard remake.
Yeah, when he gets serious, he can fucking
Dude,
bust it
Uncut
out.
Gems,
Uncut
incredible
Gems.
dramatic
Uncut
actor.
Gems. He then
Punch
not-
Drunk Love, dude.
Yes.
Punch Drunk Love is my favorite
Like when
movie he's in.
he can
Wedding
be
Singer.
a great
Wedding Singer's-
serious
Wedding
actor.
I like
Singer is so
Click.
good.
Click is a good
I
one.
love
Click's
Click.
really
Click
good.
is
Him and
great.
Christopher
Click's
Walken
so
do a
good.
really
The
great
ending
job.
of,
Like nobody's
The
ever
He's
ending
like,
Click.
he's like, oh, I heard you like the remote.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
No,
was
that's the whole
angel.
movie.
The
That's
ending,
it.
the ending
I
of
killed
Click
your
was
father.
like one
I
of the
killed your
first
father
things that
walking
ever
at
made
all,
me
I'm
cry.
sorry.
Oh yeah, the ending of Click made me cry.
That like
for
that
sure.
dude, it's so
comes
emotional.
out
You
of
have
nowhere.
no
Out of
soul.
nowhere.
You
Click
walk
did
in
not make you
expecting the
cry.
funny, and you walk out with tears.
And
Yeah.
you're like, where did this
When he's
come
just like
from?
running, and he's like, wait,
This weird
wait.
total shift, like at
Like,
the end.
oh
I'm just
my
like,
God.
I'm dying. Like,
I'm like, why am I so sad? This is not what I signed up for.
we stand Adam Sandler on this podcast.
We
We are
do.
Adam
We
Sandler
really do.
apologists on
We
this
will
podcast.
not
Look,
take
Adam
Adam Sandler's
That
slander.
scene when his dad like walks into the office and he frees it and starts slapping him, so he's like, pay attention to him. Just look at him.
Yeah,
Oh my god, dude,
it's phenomenal.
Click is underrated. I feel
Click-
like so
Click
many
is a
people.
good
I
movie.
feel like Click people shit on Click very often.
I like
and I'm
Click.
Click's
I
great.
do like Click. But like, I don't know. Adam Sandler, just a super nice guy, can be an incredible dramatic actor when you let him be. And like, he makes movies to like go on vacation with all of his friends. Like, they suck.
Respect.
Yeah, they do. But like, if you're getting paid, if you signed a 7-figure deal or like 8-figure deal, like 5-picture deal with Netflix, like you're just going to like Cancun to shoot a movie for like 4 weeks, and your wife is Jennifer Aniston. Like, what do you have to complain about?
Also,
You know?
I kind of really dug that movie. I feel like a lot of people were not a fan. I thought it was alright.
What, just
Which
go
one?
with it?
Oh, I love
yeah.
Just Go With It.
No,
My
no,
parents
sorry,
really
wait,
liked
no,
that
I liked
movie.
that one, but
Where
the
they
one
go
they
to
did
Hawaii?
recently.
Oh, Murder Mystery?
Yeah, like just because
Sure.
I mean, look, it wasn't necessarily like a good movie,
I thought
but
it was fun.
but I thought their chemistry was really
Their
good. It was
chemistry is
very
really good.
enjoyable for their chemistry.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Do you think Kizaru from One Piece looks like Adam Sandler? Because I constantly, whenever I see
you show
Kizaru,
me?
yes.
Yeah, I need to see.
I
what
was like,
this
I need to
looks
see a
like.
picture.
Also,
I think
what's
this
wrong
is
with
like-
Jed Patow?
Oh, a little bit.
I feel like
I
we're
can
off
see it a
that
little
Yeah.
bit.
I'll pop it up on
Oh, he
screen.
kind of
Like
does.
Uncut Gems,
Like,
Adam Sandler.
Uncut
Yeah,
Gems.
Uncut
because
Gems,
whenever
Adam
I
Sandler.
would like be like
Uncut
reading the
Gems,
manga,
Adam
there would
Sandler.
just be like certain angles where I'm like, this is
Insert
just
picture
this is
here.
just like a buff Adam Sandler, and I really am here. I just imagine him with Adam Sandler's voice.
I can
That's
never
actually
not see
hilarious
Adam
now.
Sandler without a
Yeah.
dad bod. Like Adam Sandler, like is
Dude,
the only
watch
person.
him get,
Yeah, no, he has
watch
a
him
great
get in a
dad bod.
Marvel movie and be shredded.
Oh my god, imagine.
my
Who would he
God.
even
he would
play?
refuse
Like,
just because he
No,
doesn't
no,
want to get
but
shredded.
imagine, like,
dude, he does though. He's like, I never want to wear
Remember,
suits.
do you
in my
remember
movies.
I forget his name. He's in the Eternals. He's like there was that picture of like him shirtless and he was
Oh,
shredded.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, and
yeah.
and
he took steroids.
Wait, what?
Did he?
Who?
Yeah, he did.
oh I thought he said it was like all like he was like because I remember him
A lot
being
of those
like,
guys
hey,
say it's all natural and not always true.
no, but no, I mean, I remember him saying he was like, I don't want people to think that you could just do this. Like they're like I would like they gave me people to be able to get me there or whatever.
Well, yeah,
whatever.
of course.
Wait,
It's
did
like
you
a
take-
6-month
Yeah,
workout.
but like
regimen.
imagine that picture when everyone freaked out about how buff he was, and
His
then Adam
fucking
Sandler
chin, dude.
tomorrow just fucking like posts a picture of him.
He's like
shirtless,
Iroh in the
shredded.
cell.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Iroh in the
Iroh
cell,
in the
exactly.
cell.
So anyway, Judd Apatow lets men sleep with his wife.
So
Right.
like that's a thing, but you know who else
can
does
we
that
finish
is
that
like
thing?
Tim Burton.
I won't be.
What's that?
Tim Burton.
No,
Tim Burton
that.
for sure cucks Helena Bonham Carter with Johnny
They're
Depp.
broken
Just
up
constant.
now.
Are they
Oh,
really?
They got
Tim Burton and
divorced
Helena
like
Bonham
a
Carter
while
divorced?
ago.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah,
like
they haven't
we're
been
talking
together.
about
Sorry,
like
I'm
a
not
lot
up to date
of
on my
those
Tim
movies.
Burton lore.
You should
Come on, get with the program.
He
You
made
should
he
be
made
that
Nightmare
damn.
Before Christmas. I was like, okay, we're
Oh,
done
Nightmare
here.
Before Christmas is the best movie ever made.
Best movie.
He didn't make Sweeney Todd, right?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yes.
That was
Well,
his-
Sweeney Todd was a
No,
play
I-
back in the 70s.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But
I didn't
He
remember
did
if he
the-
He
directed
didn't like
it.
movie.
No, he
write
did.
it, but he did the movie.
Okay,
Yeah, he
because
directed
I kind of fuck with that movie. Honestly.
That's a great
It's so
movie.
good.
Phenomenal.
there's
film.
Sweeney Todd is great.
best
This is a
song.
good
The best
musical
song
also.
is oh no, a little bit of Preacher or whatever it's called. The one with where they're talking about
Oh,
all
Priest.
the Priest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that song is called is my favorite song for that movie.
That's a great.
It's
It's a
like-
great
like
film.
little-
Steven Sondheim, man,
I don't think I
A1
ever saw
writer.
the film to it.
Really?
It's great.
It's a
Or,
great. It's a great movie.
Sweeney
You should
Todd?
watch
Because
it.
in high school we did.
Freshman year we did
yeah,
that musical.
so I watched it because it was on Netflix. So
Oh,
was
I
like, might
just
as well
saw
know.
the musical too many times, and then I was like, I can
Well,
never
I
see
did
Which
it
one?
this again.
before that.
Sweeney Todd.
Oh yeah, because we did that freshman year
Yeah.
of high school. Yeah.
Oh, you like performed it.
They,
Oh,
they
well,
were all
we
they
did
were all
perform it.
stage.
We
crew.
did.
I was in
did.
that
I did
Oh,
AV.
she was.
But
in
I
it.
also did stage crew. I did both. Fun fact: Sage hated my guts.
I did. But you
I
can't
did.
even blame me.
I can. I didn't do
Why
anything
did you
to
hate her?
Okay, so here was the problem.
Oh, what'd she do to you, Sage?
90% of the actors when they were backstage were incredibly loud, and
She's
I would
not wrong.
constantly ask people to stop talking so loudly because the audience can in fact hear you.
As someone who
And one time
you know, it's
I had asked Kat and her friends like at least 3 times to pipe the fuck down, and they just wouldn't. So finally I was like,
You
if
hated me before then, though.
I don't know why. I'll be honest. But also, like, freshman year me, I hated everyone. So,
Alright,
like, it wasn't
well-
exclusive. I was all inclusive. We did not discriminate.
It was all around hate.
No,
right?
yeah, we didn't
These
discriminate.
hands were E for everyone.
to be fair, as someone who was like, I did AV, so I had like the people who were working with the microphones walkie-talking me like, hey, they're talking before their mics are muted when they're off
Oh,
stage
no.
and we can hear everything.
Oh,
Please tell them to
no.
stop talking backstage. Some people did not.
That wasn't me. I didn't have
I'm
a mic.
try- I know you
I
weren't.
didn't have a mic.
Oh,
You
that's
thought it was
leotard's
important
way up
enough
my
to have
ass.
a mic?
What?
I didn't have
No,
a
I
mic.
wouldn't think you're important.
I didn't go to any of the
Only
plays in my
senior
school.
year did I
Only
have
senior.
a part.
And my school threatened to to like fail me because I didn't be part. I didn't
yeah,
want to
you
be a
told
part
me
of the
this
senior
story.
play because they had like almost 100% turnout every year.
What?
And because it's like I don't know, it's like a big thing, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't want anything to do with this. I don't care.
Is this because you had no friends?
Well, yeah, but also because I didn't like anyone in my school really, so I didn't want to like do that.
You know, Mike.
This is what anime does to you.
Yeah, this is what anime does to you.
This is
It
why
destroys
this
your
is why we're
brain.
not talking exclusively about anime because like
To be fair, I didn't
Well,
watch a
it does
lot of
to you.
anime in high school.
yes, you did.
But you got there, didn't you?
I did,
Yeah,
but
you
then
did.
I really picked back up.
Just
in my
because you didn't
college.
watch 100 shows in a year in high school like you did last year.
Okay,
What?
COVID made
You
it
didn't
easy.
hear that he was doing that?
Did you not know he was like keeping track? He did
Yeah.
100
I
shows.
mean,
This is
I mean, I
pre.
keep
This
track.
is pre me, so I did not know this.
wait, I
but-
had literally no idea.
That was just
Yeah.
when you met
Okay,
him.
so
That was 2020.
Wait,
It
did
was
you
just a
actually watch
secret, I
100?
guess.
Fuck, I forgot we met in like March.
I watched
And then we
115.
didn't talk for like 6 months, and then we started
100 wasn't enough. He needed to go further. Than
Well,
that.
I
But he
miscounted.
He did also count seasons.
Yeah, I did count
So, like,
seasons.
Oh, that's
each-
not fair.
Well,
I also did not think
Sage
that it
is
was
like,
fair.
excuse
Yeah, I
me.
know, he's
Oh,
cheating.
That's not
Yeah,
fair.
I think it's
No,
I
that's
think
not
it's
fair.
cheating.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
would-
say 100 shows and be like, actually, I watched 5 seasons of this show. And count
Yeah,
that
it
as
doesn't
5
count.
shows.
I also don't think that it
Yeah,
counted.
it doesn't count.
That's
I,
malarkey.
I mean, I think those seasons only counted for like maybe 10 of them.
I was hoping I could.
Because I watched a lot of short shows, or like I watched a lot of like short shows. I got a bunch of recommendations from them when I was getting close to the
Like,
year ending.
Yeah, I was giving him a lot of like 12-episode trash shows.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like that.
Which
So,
was
like,
great because I could make him watch like the trash that I really
What did I
liked,
make you watch?
and it was really funny.
You made me watch. You did say Free. I didn't get around to that yet. But
Never watched Free?
not yet.
No.
Splash Free.
Splash Free.
Let's see. Colin told me to watch Dead Man Wonderland.
which I like, but I hate the ending
I
because
think
it's
the two
it's a
you
non-ending.
gave me I liked. I don't think I didn't like them. You
What
gave me
did you
Blood Lad
recommend?
also.
Blood Lad, I used to like a whole lot.
Hmm.
What have you watched?
I had you
Only two?
watch.
Was-
I think
Oh,
I gave you more, but I don't
Nanbaka.
know
Was
if you
Nanbaka
watched
was
it.
a lot of fun.
Fuck Nambaka.
No, Nanbaka is great. Okay, let me
No.
explain Nanbaka really quickly, okay? So it's so I'm sorry. So it's
No,
a-
I'm invested.
okay. So it's a over-the-top comedy about like 4 prisoners in a effectively Alcatraz style prison.
Oh,
But
yeah, you
but
told me about it.
yes, but each character looks like they are drawn by a 13-year-old on DeviantArt. And no matter
Wait, is this what
and
you were
no
doing?
matter what, there is a
no
sparkle
matter
filter
what.
on the characters at all time. It does not matter what the tone of
Is
the
There
this
is
the
a
one you were
sparkle
showing me?
filter.
Yes.
Wait,
Always.
all right, define sparkle filter.
There
are we
are
talking like
there are
Edward
like,
Cullen
like
in
little
Twilight?
white fucking stars that are different
So
sizes.
like in the
all over
Twilight
screen.
universe when like a vampire goes out into the sunlight, kind of
Yeah,
sparkle.
I assume so.
But like the entire screen, 24/7, always.
Hate that.
Also,
Oh,
can
it's
I-
Hate
it's like
that.
it's awful, and I
That
love
show
how bad it
Anthony,
is.
fucking
Anthony,
sucked.
Because
That show
you
is
brought
funny.
this up, I'd like to just quickly say my 2 cents about that.
About Twilight.
Yes.
Okay.
Look
in
at
that-
that sparkle filter.
Okay.
That's there constantly.
So the rule is, quote unquote, we can't go into the sun because we fucking sparkle in the sun. So people will know we're not fucking human, right?
That's so lame.
In the movies, do you know how many fucking times these bitches were out in the sunlight not sparkling?
Oh, so many.
And if you're gonna be like, it
The
was
entire
cloudy
baseball
that
scene,
day.
dog.
There was an overcast.
Well, that's why they lived in Forks, Washington, because it's cloudy there.
Oh, eat my ass. That's not a
Fucking kill
good
me.
argument.
okay,
Move to
so,
England or fuck
By the
off.
way, Colin also said defrag. I think you told me Danganronpa.
Defrag, I
Yes.
remember being
Yep.
good, but it's been
Oh,
years.
This is awful.
Which you did
constant.
not watch
It's constant.
I did.
the other one.
And
Oh, no,
Lad's
I
the
only
main
watched the
character.
Are they like
you
in
were
a
like,
dream?
I'm not going back
No.
and forth. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I
And
didn't
then you
want- I didn't want
didn't do it.
I didn't want to do it. I really
It
didn't.
wasn't that bad, and I thought it had payoff.
I mean, Danganronpa was fine. Apparently in like the community, people are like, don't watch the anime.
You're not.
I
Supposed,
heard
yeah,
the
you
anime's
should just
not
read
good.
the. Yeah, I'm sorry. You should play the games.
But
Yeah,
I'm not
I-
that invested.
I already
We still have
messed
to
that
play
up.
the second game.
Yes. So right after I finish Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm going to Final Fantasy 15, and then do you want to play Danganronpa again?
Yeah, like I'll
Okay,
come over
there
and
we
play
go.
it or something.
Sounds good.
Final Fantasy
Um,
15, phenomenal game.
I never got all the way through that one. I played
Is
a
that the
little
one
bit
with
of it.
lightning?
No, it's 13. We don't talk
No.
about 13.
But
We're not
she's
gonna. We're
really
never gonna.
cute.
Oh, you also told me to watch Gamers.
No.
Gamers was really funny. It's really funny trash. I really actually would recommend Gamers if you like
Gamers.
Gamers.
What's up, gamers?
Oh,
if you want like a romantic comedy where everything could be explained really easily and everything could be fixed really easily and you just get frustrated, but the comedy's pretty solid. Gamers.
So this brings up a great segue to something that I fucking hate in anime.
Tell me what you hate.
No.
Tell me what you hate, Mike.
Yeah.
What do you hate?
Anime.
Anime.
Oh, he hates anime.
Anime that, and by that I mean like every goddamn show for the most part, where it's will they, won't they for the entire fucking show.
Mike, have you
to,
ever
like
seen
the
a
last
Have you ever seen a
episode.
sitcom?
Yeah, I was just gonna
I
say,
hate it.
it's not-
I hate it.
It's
sitcom.
not just anime.
Because no, I
Really?
understand, but I watch the most anime, so it bothers me the most.
Mike,
That-
that's the appeal.
no.
Okay.
Fuck the appeal. Everyone's
What do you
wrong.
mean,
I don't
fuck
give
the
a
appeal?
fuck.
That is the whole point. You know how boring the show would be if they got together
No.
in the first
No,
season,
because
Mike?
you know how
They're gonna
interesting-
watch The Office and be like, "Oh, Jim and Pam get together in the first season."
You know,
nothing else
no.
to watch
You know
here.
how interesting
That is when it
it
stopped
would
being
be to
fun.
watch a story about them with their relationship. Like,
No, it would be boring
it
as
would
hell.
be. What do you mean?
That's
It would
also
be
a
so
different
boring.
show.
But like, it could be so much
Hey guys,
more interesting.
hey guys,
Wait,
remember my
I
favorite part of
remember
Your
what else I made
Name
you-
where
I
they
made
fall
you
in love
watch,
immediately?
I made you
Calling
watch
out one of his favorite
Science,
movies?
Science Fell in Love. You didn't like that?
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't like that shit?
No, but that's different.
Oh,
No, because they knew it, no, because they liked each
that
other the
was-
entire
that was
time.
A will they, won't they?
No, but look, what?
What
I
about-
rest
okay,
my
What
case.
else did he do?
okay. Full Metal Alchemist
That's not a will they,
Edward-
won't they.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Edward
it's
and
not.
Winry,
That is.
for so long, they know they like each other, but they're like, I'm embarrassed.
Also to a lesser extent, his brother and the Chinese princess,
Yeah.
which I think was super
No,
cute.
so like my point is that like first of all, it's not always.
Okay, so you
but like
you
it
don't
just
like a
it,
show where it's the setup is a will they won't they, opposed to the setup is these
no,
two
because
like
because
each
sometimes
other,
it can be
but
good,
they
like
can't
Science
tell
Fell in
each
Love.
other.
Because I feel like the show like revolved itself like I would assume I have not watched it yet, but like I assume I'd love
Kaguya-sama. I was
And-
about
but
to
that's
ask
the
about
entire
that, yeah.
like that's the
because that's the entire
show.
show.
But
Because
like
yeah,
I feel like the way like if it's structured around that fact or whatever, like that's the point of the story in terms of like the story is talking about the will they won't they.
Okay, but
then, like,
how
it
do you
can
feel
be
about
okay.
Beastars? That's a will they won't they.
that really is. Yeah, Beastars was amazing, and I know you liked it.
I don't know. I guess
But we're just
Hey,
we're
hey,
just getting
hey,
into
wait,
all these
wait,
shows.
real quick,
No,
I'm
because
saying,
I'm
I'm
not
just saying
saying-
that's a
real
will they
quick.
won't they.
I'm not saying
Wait.
it's like everything, but like
So why don't you give us
Mike,
examples of ones
Mike,
that you
Yeah.
don't
Wait,
like?
one second.
it?
Wait, real quick. Beastars is amazing,
Can
and
you
you should
include
watch it.
real shows too?
Wait.
Live
Beastars
action?
is amazing. You should
Live
watch
on
it. I'm
anime
sorry.
watch.
Okay,
It's not
I
for
can
shit.
understand a will they won't they of like Sailor Moon, where her and Tuxedo Mask don't hold hands for like 1,000 episodes. That makes sense.
But they have a child.
I feel like
but
it's
they have a
mo-
child from the future.
Yeah.
I feel like it's most drawn out in shonen, especially. That's usually where like it bothers me the most. I feel.
Well, yeah,
Because
because you have
it's
to go
just
like
so long.
500 episodes without the payoff.
Mike, you're gonna
Right.
tell me that Green Lantern and Hawkgirl and Justice League Unlimited was a bad will they won't?
That was amazing.
Oh,
well, they I was thinking
such
about
a
it
good
too.
one.
One.
Mike, are you
Such a
gonna
good
tell
one.
me that Mr. Sheffield and the Nanny
Never
is
seen it.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about it last
He's
time,
right.
I still
He's
have
right,
not
though.
seen
It's
it.
been a week and
Get
you
to
haven't
it.
watched The Nanny.
You should watch The
All
Nanny.
six
Wait,
seasons,
wait,
Mike?
wait! But can I quickly say worst couple that is a will they won't they and should have been they won't?
Sasuke and
Sasuke
Sakura.
and Sakura, worst couple.
Yo, all right.
Sure couldn't contribute to that one.
I also can't
Can-
contribute to that one.
Can we talk about how weird it was? Colin, I know you said you can't confirm if it happened in the manga or not, but in the part of the show that I'm in during the fucking fifth grade Ninja War,
Yeah,
fourth, fifth,
one of those.
sure. During the arc that I'm
I'm
in,
just saying yes.
Naruto's dad like spoilers for Naruto.
Whoa, maybe
Hey.
I'll
Bro,
watch it.
You're
You're telling
not
me I'm
gonna
watch
watch it.
all 671,000 episodes of Naruto in a week, bro?
No, you're
Naruto,
not.
Before you threw the 1,000 in there, I was like, wow, you're being really liberal there.
Naruto's dad shows up, right?
Right.
Like, and he's like, and he sees Naruto as Sakura, and he's like, "Oh, is that your girlfriend?" And he's like, "Yes, she is." And I'm like, "Bro, you had like 3 arcs where like Hinata shows up and saves you, and you're like, yes, Hinata, you know what? I think I like you." And then you're
Where
like,
she straight up says, I love him.
yeah, and then he shows up and like, yes, I'm
I
dating
did
her.
not know this happened. Naruto just goes and throws Hinata, the best girl, into the fucking trash
Yeah.
to impress his dad. What
Yes!
a scumbag.
Why would
This
that
is
impress
why-
his dad? Why would
this is-
Sakura impress his dad over
No, it
Hinata?
did,
Hinata's
though.
better.
Wait,
It did,
wait,
because
Hinata's
he's like,
better.
oh, it's like
This
it's
is
like
why
my wife.
Naruto is a bad dad.
Naruto's a bad everything.
Naruto
does not
sucks, and I
appreciate
hate
Hinata.
Naruto as a character and a show and whatever.
She is too good for
The
him.
only thing Naruto can do is talk no jutsu.
Well, I mean, hey, he can do Shadow Clone Jutsu, and I'm pretty sure that's
No,
probably
all he
great
can
in
do
the
is talk
bedroom.
no
Take
jutsu.
anything fun for the weekend?
Anyway, point is, like, my original point was, yes, there are points where like it's fine, like it doesn't bother me, but I find
Okay,
when it
name
comes,
other shows.
Is it
that
like
bothers
if
you.
it stretches on too long?
yeah, it's like so. Citrus, it kind of bothered me.
Didn't see that.
Citrus is only 12 episodes.
I know, but it still bothered me.
Okay.
Like, the fruit? Like, I don't.
No, it's an
it's a
anime.
lesbian show.
Yeah.
No,
That's
he's
a
not
that's a
wrong.
that's a way to describe it, but yeah.
I mean, he's
should
No,
watch
I don't
Orange.
mean only. I mean,
Should
like
watch Orange.
it is a
It's like
show
Citrus,
about
but
gay
sadder.
women.
Aren't they like?
So what is it, like the
siblings
L
or
word? I
something?
don't
They're
understand.
stepsisters who, okay.
Oh,
Let's get into it.
are we watching Domestic
Can
Girlfriend
this be
again?
our like ongoing bit now? Like whenever
Jesus
somebody's about to like
fucking
rant,
Christ.
just
Jesus fucking
Yeah, give me
Christ.
another
Put
drink.
it on a soundboard.
yeah, right. Yeah,
So
right.
we
You
can
can
just
get it on the
actively
soundboard,
do
right?
it.
I do
Yeah.
have sound.
So,
do that.
so, it's two girls who become
So
stepsisters.
it's domestic girlfriend.
And
What's
then
domestic
But
girlfriend?
lesbian.
get
But
This is
yes.
the one you guys told me to watch, Domestic Girlfriend.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
get
yeah, absolutely,
saucy,
actually,
but
yes.
We're gonna have a watch party.
I
of
feel
Oh,
it.
like
sick. I'm
Citrus
so
is
excited.
a little bit more wholesome in that, like, it's not really about like, oh, will they, won't they? It's a little bit more about like them exploring their sexuality and like coming to terms with like being lesbians.
Alright.
And they just happen to be stepsisters, which like
Yeah. So
You know, shouldn't
I
happen, but
figured
yeah,
out a way
it's
that
fine.
I guess I can explain it better. It's the will they won't they, and then it's like the story beats of like if somebody would just listen to them for 5 seconds and it would solve the
Oh, like the
problems.
misunderstanding.
Yeah, like
Oh, the
or-
misunderstanding I can get
like
because that,
it's-
that's
it's
annoying
like
as
usually
shit.
when they're coupled together.
Yeah.
When it's like if you just listen to the person for literally 5 seconds,
Yeah, that's
they
annoying
can
as shit.
explain
Yeah.
exactly
You're right.
what you're.
No,
about.
you're
that-
right. You're right. You're right.
that-
Because that is
what-
the entirety of Gamers.
Because
that show.
Yeah, like gamers. Citrus does
The
that.
show.
It's like a lot of just like short form shows. I'm sure there are long forms that are just not coming to my mind right now. That like
How
they
long
just.
is Clanad? That's kind of.
I didn't
haven't
watch
watched
Clan
Clan
Ed.
yet.
I can
Oh.
check
But
it
like
right now.
that when those two are coupled together, they really infuriate me because it's just like it's just so simple. Just listen to the
It's just so
person.
simple.
Don't just because then they're like, no, I can explain. They're like, no, I don't wanna, and walk away. And you're like,
The drama.
it's just it really
So essentially,
really
like,
aggravates me.
so essentially, like if it's like high school drama, you're not a fan of it
yes,
because that's like high school ass drama.
Clanad is 23 episodes and After Stories 24.
Oh, okay.
Is that like the sequel?
Because that's a
I
will
believe
they
so.
won't they, isn't it?
Who's to say?
I didn't watch
I've never
Clan
watched
Ed.
Clan Ed.
I've
me.
also never
In fact, I'm
watched
probably the
Clan Ed,
least
but for some reason I
qualified to
have a
say.
feeling you
I will watch.
Literally
You-
on
you
the
did-
show.
You
the
didn't
least
watch
qualified
Clan. You
to
didn't
say.
watch Clan Ed, but you scored it.
But me?
Yeah, you scored After Story.
Oh my!
Did I?
Give it a 7.
But you
Also,
never
I,
watched.
Oh,
I've
my.
never watched
I got an
Clan Ed
8.95
because
overall.
Are we
scores. That's
unlocking
kinda
a
saucy.
conspiracy here
I
about
don't
my
like the
anime
character
list?
designs.
Specifically,
it
Mike.
does say episode 0 out of 24, but it also says.
I think
7.
my personal my
Oh wait,
anime
am I,
list,
am I
I might
logged-
have
Am I
like
logged into you? I might.
I
not
might
be
have like
logged in.
10 shows on my anime list.
I do not have that ranked. You're not on me.
Colin, look
It's
up
just-
my one.
1 moment.
But
I have like
um,
10 or 12 too.
No, so
That I didn't watch that.
I don't know. It's just like that when those are mixed together, they really bother me, and also Tsunderes really fucking bother me
Why
nowadays.
do Sundays bother
Is
you?
that the one that's?
I don't like you.
like
I don't like you,
aggressive.
Baka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
That character archetype really just.
Oh, so
aggravates me.
Asuka?
But you liked
Yeah.
In Neon
uh,
Genesis?
You
Okay.
liked
Asuka?
what's that
Asuka, I
show
mean.
called? With the little one, Taiga.
No, I didn't like that show.
I
I liked
thought
it.
you
I
did
liked
like
it
that
more than
show.
you did, but I didn't like her at all. Really.
Oh,
Mike,
okay, yeah,
you
no,
honestly
they
have a
shouldn't have ended up
talent, I
together.
think, because you stick with shit shows
What's that show
all
called?
the
Why
way
can't I
through.
He
think of it?
refuses
And
to
I
watch
respect
it.
that.
He refuses to stop watching
I
shows
respect
no matter
that.
how bad they are.
Elfen
but he,
really
Lied
do.
was
But
literally
he-
for one of the worst things.
but
I've
he
ever watched.
refuses to watch Boruto, even though that's a continuation of Naruto.
We're not having this discussion.
We're having
that
that
show's
discussion.
Bad. No.
I want.
That show's
Mark,
just no,
Mark
it's not
said
worth it.
Boruto is good.
Boruto's
Yeah,
really
well, you know
not
what, Mark?
bad. It's just
Doesn't matter.
Really.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Rip.
But yeah,
Rude.
I don't know. It's just like us when those two things are coupled together, and then sometimes it's those two things and also a tsundere. And it just bothers. Whatever.
Damn,
My
too
point.
much.
Yeah. My point was like more like, I guess maybe it's just like where I'm at in my life that I feel like stories like could be more interesting stories with like people that are like in a relationship. Like I know it would be a different show. I understand, but like the first one that came to mind is like. And I don't necessarily think it would work in this show, but it's just the first thing that came to mind. Is like My Hero Academia. Say it's Deku and Ochako, whatever. I don't care. I'm not trying to start a freaking
Froppy.
ship war here. But like
This is the worst show you possibly
no, I know,
could
but
have brought
I
up.
know, but like
The
it was the
most
first thing that came to.
toxic
I know,
fandom.
but it was the first thing that came to
It's
mind.
not-
That,
it's
Really
like,
is,
not.
yeah.
I feel like that like it is.
No.
It could be such an interesting story of like if they were dating during the show that like
I
you-
disagree. I like what they have
No,
going on.
I
No,
think
'cause-
think what they're doing is correct.
No,
Wait,
I
wait,
get. I'm
wait,
just
because
trying to
it's
say.
not even supposed to be about that.
It's-
So I think it's a nice touch.
I
I
know.
also think
That's
because
there.
they're first years in high school and they're like, I don't know what the
Again,
fuck is
I
going
know
on.
I know it's not the best example.
Oh my
I
God.
understand it's not the best example. My point was just like
Yeah.
yeah. My point was more just that like I feel like again it's not the show for it. I understand. I am just using it as an example.
We'll come up with a different
That-
Yeah,
example.
give us a better example.
You wanted
And
to
then
talk
we
about
can
this on the
think
show,
about
and
it. No, I
you
know.
are unprepared.
No, wait, I'm just saying like I feel like relationship stories can just be more interesting than the
You know what relationship
somebody that
story
doesn't
you
like
would like a
being
lot?
touched, you really
know
like
what
touching people a
relationship
lot.
story you would like a lot?
what?
Where it's not a will they won't they?
Is it the bear one?
No.
Lesbian
But
bear storm?
I do really like that show. That show's really cute, but that is kind of a will they won't they. The manga and the anime, Nana, is like a romance manga and anime.
Basically,
Was
all
that
Mike
about
is
a-
saying is he needs more action. And that's all he
Yeah.
wants to watch.
No.
He
That's
doesn't
the
like
short
that.
of it.
Yeah, Mike
He
doesn't like the
the
subtle complexities of a relationship.
just
No,
wants to-
because
he
they
wants
don't
to
do
read
the
attention.
complexity.
They need to fuck
It's-
all the time.
Because it's not so complexity. It says like, ooh, I like him. Ooh, I think I like her. Never touched on except for maybe another one scene every season where like,
You're
I think I like this
shy.
person. And then you
Yeah,
don't
they're
get
shy,
anything until the
Mike.
last
Shy,
episode.
Have you never been shy with a girl
No,
you've liked,
but it's
Mike?
not about like I understand.
Have
that,
you
like,
never been like, oh, I really like her, but like,
No, because
maybe she doesn't
I
like
know
me.
that that's not the point and that's not
They're
the medium.
shy, ooh, ooh.
That's not like because like especially with like
Sussy baka. Anyway.
especially with shonen, I understand that's not the medium and that's not the point. I understand. I'm just saying that like I feel like stories can be more interesting if like if somebody has to worry about like a superhero story where they are in a relationship with somebody they have to worry about like
No, that's
you know,
that's like so annoying. The fucking
Yeah.
Mary
that's
Jane.
like
So
every
Incredibles?
that's like every
The
superhero.
Incredibles?
story.
everyone loves
You
the
want
fact that
the
Mary Jane and Spider-Man were
Incredibles?
together. Everybody bitches about the
No,
fact that they're
I-
not together.
no,
anymore.
Everybody bitches
hey,
about the
no,
fact
no,
that
no,
he
no, no.
constantly has to worry about her.
That's it. I like Mary Jane as a character.
Mary
I
Jane's
like
a
when he's
phenomenal
dating Mary
character.
Jane. I hate it when Mary Jane gets taken hostage and he has to be like, oh, I have to
Yeah,
go
it's
get
like, oh,
Mary
here we go
Jane.
again.
Here
I
we
haven't
go
seen
again.
this
But I'm
in
not
age
Big time
time
this
But I'm not
trillion
fucking
saying
times.
make it
Like-
a hostage
Wait,
based thing.
wait, I have a
It
valid
always
point.
Well,
goes
that's
there.
where it goes. It
You know-
doesn't
you
have
know-
to
be.
You know,
yeah, because if you're busy
a lot of
worrying
people-
about them, like if
I
there's
have-
enemies,
a lot of people
like,
a lot of
you
people
can't.
give the Spider-Man game, the one that just came out, like,
Yeah.
shit for the Mary Jane sections, but Mary Jane in that game is like phenomenal.
Yeah, I still hate
They
the
give her
sections.
so much agency. She's
Yeah.
well developed.
I think it was just because
she
it was
ain't
a
no
different
damsel.
it was different like game pace. I think
Yeah,
it's what
no,
people didn't
I
like.
did
Not
not like
even
those
that.
parts.
I mean, you could still make it. You could still make a movie.
No,
or
but
like a
no, but I mean,
comic
like
with Mary Jane
I
not-
thoroughly enjoyed her character. I agree, but
No,
I
yeah.
think it was more that people just didn't like the like
No,
change
no,
of
no, no.
pace.
Well, the change of pace-
I liked her character a whole lot.
The
It's a
ghost
ghost.
is back.
Oh no, this is-
Wait, can I
Well,
say
the change of
something
pace
real quick?
blows. Yeah, for sure.
but
I
it's
think
but then
what
it's just
Mike
like going
wants, if it's similar, let's say like My
Who else
Hero
can you watch? Kids
Academia.
Never.
I think what Mike wants is The Incredibles.
Excuse me.
What?
I'm
A
confused.
not
I wanna hear
will
you
they
explain.
won't they story about a couple and the trials and tribulations of being in a relationship while being heroes
Dude.
and having to worry about the other person, but you're both heroes
Dude.
doing your own shit, and then
yeah.
oh, now you got some fucking kids. You
Yeah.
got 3 of them. You got to deal with
And
the
one of
kids.
them's
You're
literally
trying
a
to be
nuclear bomb?
hero.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
trying to be a mom. You're trying to be a dad. You're trying to take your fucking
No,
kids
you
to
want
the
a good
soccer
story?
game.
The Incredibles is amazing.
That's what
The
he
Incredibles
Great
wants.
is
story.
amazing.
No, even that. You want a great story
now I
about.
want to rewatch The Incredibles. That's a fucking good movie.
You want a great story with that? With none of that will they, won't they, frilly shit? Saga.
Saga's amazing.
Saga. The
Look,
relationship in Saga is phenomenal.
That-
Listen, I'm
So
talking
good.
straight
You
up
didn't
now.
read it, sorry.
Saga is
I was like, I
one
don't
of
know
the
what
most
that is.
real
So
relationships
good.
you find
Right?
in the,
The
most
relationship,
unreal
yeah.
setting. It is Saga is one of the greatest comics I've ever read. It's a Western comic. It's like 52 issues. I cannot recommend it enough.
Yeah.
It is also NSFW as fuck. So if that like interests you as like a funny sex joke, go for it. The second issue does open with like a bunch of robots fucking. So like just keep that in mind.
Yes, sure does. But it's great. It's
No,
a
it's
phenomenal story.
phenomenal, and it's like some of the best storytelling I've read.
And you have that added
Go
conflict in
read
Saga
Saga.
too, because the two people that are together are from like races that are
Yeah,
warring,
so
like, that
it's
are fighting each other.
it's a star-crossed lovers.
It's Romeo
thing.
and Juliet.
It's Romeo and
but like
Juliet,
better.
but
Romeo and Juliet fucking sucks.
but
Though. That's
the
my hot
one,
take. How you doing?
but
True.
it's star-crossed lovers, but it's 2 planets that are at
you
war.
put
And the
Leonardo
one planet
DiCaprio
is
in
fantasy,
Romeo and
and the
Juliet.
other
Yeah, it
planet
becomes the
is
greatest
sci-fi.
movie ever made for sure.
So you
Yep.
get the Trekkies fighting the Lord of the
show is
Ring
great.
fans. That's pretty much it. Yeah,
Actually,
it's great.
good.
It's fantastic.
But, like,
I give it a
Saga's
shot.
so good. Anyway,
Anyway,
so you know how Judd Apatow lets other men see?
Back on
We're not going back to that bit.
Did we finish that?
No, I don't think we
No.
did.
We finished that. I think we finished that.
We're past that. We're
If
past
we
that.
can finish one topic
You're right.
in his whole,
You're right.
you're at, you, you've come to the wrong place.
This is gonna be a podcast of tangents.
I have a
Chaotic
lot of
energy
weird
only.
theories about actors
We only
that will
choose
probably get me
violence
locked
here.
up.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
My
like how
point was
John
just-
Voight's
is
an
that-
alien.
Who's
No, I'm
John
kidding, I'm kidding.
Voight?
I'm just gonna.
Angelina Jolie's dad.
So you've been watching any anime?
Have I been watching any anime recently?
Anything?
Well, I watched Toilet Bound Hanako-kun because Kat recommended it.
Yep.
Oh,
It was
for
adorable.
The club,
It was
which
really,
amazing,
good.
which was phenomenal. I loved every second of it. What else have I been watching? I've been doing a Cowboy Bebop rewatch. That is
Ooh,
like
Hell yeah.
good
I keep
choice.
saying I'm gonna
I
do it. I
just
really
did
need
it.
to
I
do
just
it.
did it. bro.
love Cowboy Bebop. That I think I mentioned it last episode. How about how we were talking about like dubs and subs and like the
Oh, right,
difference
right, right,
between
yes.
the two. or not the difference between the two, but like the varying quality disparity that is between the two. But whenever I think of Cowboy Bebop, I just think of the English dub. Like it's just so ingrained.
You know what it is?
Like those characters
Yeah.
are those voice actors.
It's
you know what I mean?
so not
Or those
only
voice
is it
actors are those
so well
characters, I mean.
done, but at this point, it's such an iconic dub
It is for
that
sure.
you cannot separate.
I
the two.
physically can't. Like I like for just for like shits and gigs, I put on the Japanese voice acting for like an episode, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but like it's not Steve Blum, and
Yeah.
it's not.
You're like, this
whoever the
is
other
not
people are.
Spike Spiegel talking.
It's not
to
Spike
me
Spiegel
right now.
exactly.
Like-
It's just synonymous. Like
Yeah.
Steve Blum and Spike Spiegel are just synonymous. It's like how I'm trying to think.
Kevin Conroy.
It's like how
is
it's like how
Batman.
Tony Stark.
Conroy.
It's like how Kevin Conroy's Batman. It's like how Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. Like
Mark
you know what I mean?
Hamill's Joker.
Like it's Mark Hamill's Joker. It's super just ingrained in my brain that Spike Spiegel is Steve Blum is Spike Spiegel.
You know, on the opposite side of that, I had something I was realizing recently because I was watching some clips of the Kaguya-sama Love is War, the dub, because I watched
So were
it.
you the one who's watching it?
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah. I
rights?
was watching it on the account by
Yeah.
accident. So, because I watched it as the sub because it was only sub for a while, and then they released the dub for just season 2. So it was like
Oh,
kind of
what?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
The,
weird.
the sub for season 1's out now.
Yeah,
it
sub
just
for-
it didn't,
Oh.
it didn't come
For
out
season
till
1
later,
I
So I was
understand.
I was rewatching it in English. And I was like, this is really
They got the
good.
rights to season 2
but
first,
but
as it was airing.
Oh, okay.
but there was like always something like weird when I was watching like the dub, and I was like, it's weird, but it's not bad, but it's throwing me, and I realized
like something's missing.
something's different. And
Oh.
what I realized is that in the sub, it's a very Japanese joke style delivery.
Right.
In the dub, it's an incredibly American or Western joke style delivery.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of it. I've never seen it in the sub, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The very American delivery.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember
of
you
it.
telling me about it because I was like, oh, I'll probably watch the dub, and you were like, there is one thing, and you were like, the narrator.
The narrator's
is
super
very
different.
is like the narrator in
That's
the
the
Japanese
biggest
version
one,
is
yeah.
is a very like
Serious, deep,
monotone.
Yeah.
monotone man who's like talking about high school drama as a super serious topic.
And then the sub, or I'm sorry, the dub is like a really just like giggling kind of like silly guy who's like, these fucking idiots don't know they love each other.
He's
And
the
it's,
guy that voices the scientist in
Fire Force. Yeah,
Oh,
he's.
I wanted to watch that. Is it
It's good. It's good.
Fire
I didn't
Force-
finish the second season, but I do recommend it.
I
It's
wanted
Fire
to
Force
watch it
is-
because it just look. I like the aesthetic.
Yes,
so
I
yeah,
agree.
so
Why?
so
But I
Fire
haven't
Force.
watched it.
I just
And
wish
the
wish they'd
OP
leave the girl alone.
slaps.
Yeah, so Fire Force is it has great choreography for its fights, and it looks really pretty. I mean, David Productions pretty much knocks it out of the park. The real subtractor to that show is Tamaki.
Tamaki, please
Because-
just leave her
so-
alone. Leave her alone, please.
Tamaki,
Which one is
she's the cat,
Cat
girl.
girl.
Okay.
She basically, you know how like a lot of anime have that the one like the like, oops, I slipped, and now like
Yeah,
I'm
like
in a position.
the panty
Yep,
shot kind
yep.
of a thing.
So that is her character.
Oh.
Like, but like
no.
it sucks too because like
Oh,
in the
Lord.
first
They
episode she
introduce
shows
her-
up like she seems like she'd be really interesting, and then
strong,
she never
and
gets
she's
better.
so
she's-
confident.
She just becomes weak, and all her character is that she accidentally slips and
She's
somehow
fan
is naked
service.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, how unfortunate.
It's
And, like,
really
it's
unfortunate.
really-
It's
And
so
the
it
thing
pulls
is,
me
is,
out
like,
so much, and
I
I like
fan
I don't like it.
service,
I don't
but
like
it
fan
needs
service that much.
it
I
It needs
to
to have
be-
a reason. If it has a reason, then
yeah,
it's like okay.
it needs to be
but
fan service. That
No,
feels
I'm,
like
I,
there's-
okay,
Are you
I-
horny on
I
Maine
want to make it
again, Mike?
clear that I am all about fan service pretty much all the time, and even she is too much for me.
it's
Wow,
it's
that's
it's
really
really
saying
bad.
something.
Because it just because a lot of times with fan service, it's like they're talking about something serious, right? Maybe there's just like a weird angle, or like
Right.
or like whatever. But and it's like, all right, like I'm here for it. It takes away from the story, but I'm here for it, whatever. And then, but then like, but with her, it's the story is happening, and then oops, I tripped. I'm naked now. Oh, I'm naked. Okay, back to the story.
You know who I think
And
does
it's
fan
like-
service really well, where it doesn't pull you out at all?
Who?
Code Geass.
Yes.
Especially if it's like C2 or Colin.
Yo, Colin is best girl, and I will not
I-
take any
no,
fucking
no.
questions.
No,
out of
no,
this
Goddamn
no.
guy.
right, Colin is.
I feel like I feel like Euphemia.
Euphemia
Then
is pretty up there.
C2.
Well,
I
Euphemia.
don't care about
Euphemia until she commits genocide. Oh, spoiler. Sorry.
R.I.P.
Hey, editor, spoiler tag.
I'm gonna throw a spoiler tag in about 5 seconds before that.
R.I.P.
5 seconds after it.
5 seconds after.
Spoilers.
but
5 seconds, just a really quick spoiler, and then
no,
it
so
goes
like
up.
I never really
give you
found
no
myself
time.
caring for C2.
Why? She's so cute.
I just I thought she was just like there.
She's all mysterious and like aloof and floaty.
You know what
I
I
was-
find super interesting?
Colin's hot though.
Um,
Best girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, Colin is best girl. You know what I find
Colin's
super
the best
interesting
girl of the
about
podcast.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Facts.
100%,
Honestly,
100%.
if
Colin, can you do
besides
the
like what
ooh?
shows we recommend,
Can you give us an ooh?
besides what shows we recommend, we could probably just like give you like a little list of things that you could watch.
What
give
do
us
you-
I have a
Higo
list
face
of
now?
like stuff
Wait,
going.
Anthony, what were you trying to say?
I was gonna say like I find it really interesting like the different definitions of fan service that are like in between American and Japanese culture. Because like at least for me, like I always found like fan service in like American terms, or I guess like North American terms, to be like a callback to like a previous thing. Like Star Wars is like super like the new
Okay,
trilogy
yeah,
is
yeah.
like super rampant with like references and like visuals from like the old series or like the old original trilogy and stuff like that. But like fan service in Japan is like super like you
It's
know
just sexual.
lewd,
Shots,
it's
yeah.
sexualized like
Yeah.
lewd stuff. So I don't know. I just find that really weird, and I wonder where like the term
Yeah, I mean,
became
it-
like or not misconstrued, but like translated.
I think
indirectly.
it's just the difference in culture.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel
I
like
don't think there's a necessarily different translation. I think it's just the
Well, and
culture
also
difference.
Japan is like super way more like liberal in terms of like sexualization of their characters too.
which is
Yeah. I
feel
funny
at
because
least.
if you think
it's
about,
a weird thing.
It's-
Like
it's a
in
balance.
real life, they are not.
They
Right.
are.
Uh-huh.
But
It's-
like, so I think it comes through.
But
the
I
So
feel
is it like an
that's
artistic
exactly
outlet
why
kind
yeah,
of
it's
thing?
an
like-
artistic
Yeah.
outlet.
Right.
That's what it
It's a
is.
weirdly more conservative way, but in a liberal way, and it's so. It's like you have to get really in depth on how it works, but it's like
Japan's a weird country
It's
of like
weird.
contradictions.
yeah.
it's
Okay.
a very thin balance of
Yeah.
like.
Because like don't get me wrong,
we
we're very
want
like
this.
we sexualize a lot of things here too, but like I feel like
I think
you
we're
won't
pretty
like
open
see
about it
Yeah.
we are pretty open about it too. Yeah, I mean like we're all about like sexual empowerment and all that stuff.
compared
but like
to Japan, where they're like,
You don't
No.
talk about it.
Yeah.
You don't talk about anything.
this is like
'Cause, like,
something you do behind 3 closed doors.
right, I'm just saying like if I'm watching like I don't know, like Arrested or Twin Peaks, my favorite show, right? Like if
Yeah.
I'm watching Twin Peaks, like I won't see like you know Audrey, who is best girl, Audrey like slip on a banana peel and like have like a panty shot like wide open. You know what I mean? Like I won't like I feel like I don't see that a lot in like American media. Now, granted, that's also a live action show, so like
They also find that comedic in Japan.
yeah.
do that.
It's not necessarily just.
so is
for
it like a
fan
difference
service,
of
they find
humor
it-
too?
Yeah, yeah.
kinda?
it is.
Oh, okay.
I
it-
also feel like here in the States, as far as like movies and TV shows, like yes, there's obviously like fan service in there, but I feel like in a lot of advertising,
Yeah.
it's a lot more used.
Just look
there.
at Arby's.
Look at fucking Arby's.
Yeah,
We have
because
the
we
meats.
just
We
sexualize
have
things
the
in a
fucking
different way.
meats.
Yeah.
This podcast is no longer sponsored by Arby's.
It
Yeah,
was
but-
sponsored until they gave me diarrhea,
Ouch.
which was immediately.
Their fries
I've
are
never
so
had
good.
Arby's.
I've
I've
actually
never,
never had
even
Arby's as
been
well.
to an Arby's.
I've had Arby's.
I didn't even know-
I was in like Alabama or some shit.
Arby's,
on a
the,
bus
the
at a gas
mecca
station.
of Arby's.
Wait, you know how like Arby's used to
On the
have
way to
the
a
big
convention.
hat as their logo, and then they changed it to just a plain ass Arby's?
I thought it was the fucking top hat.
Yeah,
Is it
no,
no
no,
longer-
it was
At the
like
time,
a
the 10
big
gallon
10 gallon
hat,
hat.
Yeah.
It's no longer that.
The Longhorn hat.
Okay,
or
so
whatever.
we have one in where I went to school in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
We had an Arby's with the big hat sign, and
Hell
then
yeah.
down the street was another Arby's
Uh-oh.
without the big hat
Oh,
sign.
That's
no.
weird.
And I only knew Arby's as the big hat sign, so
You
I
didn't
saw
even
this
realize it was the
other
same
Arby's,
thing.
Big
and
hat
I was
Arby's.
like, "This Arby's is a scam. They don't have the big hat."
Their food must suck.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
must suck.
They're a ripoff.
Yeah, you know you're going to a good Arby's when they have the hat logo on
Yeah.
the thing.
This
yeah.
is the Dollar Tree of
This is
Arby's.
the Dollar Tree
Yeah.
Arby's.
But like I don't know, because
They bring
I
their leftovers.
I as a yeah, I as a
Here's the shit we didn't eat. Have it.
I as a degenerate, I'm a big fan of fan service.
One last thing about
Yeah.
Arby's.
Go for it.
Okay,
who,
yeah.
who follows Nihilist?
Oh,
Arby's?
everyone!
Oh, the
That
best
was
Twitter
Arby's.
account? Yeah.
Yes.
Phenomenal
So
Twitter.
good.
Best
Eamon
Twitter
actually
account.
showed me that account.
Eamon introduced me to
Eamon
it as well.
introduced me to
I
it.
fucking
Danny
love that account.
Sexbang introduced me.
Oh my God,
to
Danny
that on Game
Sexbang.
Grumps.
Greatest
Oh,
man.
Danny.
Dude, that video is finally coming out.
I know. I'm
What
so
video?
excited.
They announced like I think you said a year and a half ago
Yeah.
that they
the
were
Magic
making like
Crystal.
a big like animated like
Oh,
It's
really?
like half,
brawling music
half
video.
live action, half animated to one of their songs, which is like 10 minutes.
wow.
Phenomenal song. So
Yeah.
good. Storytelling, great. And so because of this, they said how long it like. Well, actually, they didn't come out with how long it.
Yeah,
was gonna
they
take.
just said it was gonna take a while.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, we're selling these pins, for funding for this, which were sold out in like a day. I didn't get them.
Naturally.
Very upset.
By the way, I've never listened to that song because I wanted to wait for the video.
I
I
saw
wanted
them.
to wait for the video.
You're a liar. I know you've listened to it because
Have
I
I?
played it in your car.
Oh, then never mind. I guess I forgot.
Fuck.
Then I've never
Straight
chosen
liar.
to listen to that
Straight
song.
up
I
liar.
didn't.
You
I
didn't
didn't
turn
remember
it
that
off.
though.
The whole 10 minutes, you didn't turn it off.
You didn't notice for 10 minutes.
To be fair, I
something
straight up
was
don't
like-
remember that, but I'm not saying
feel
I
like
don't,
when
I'm
it
not
was
saying
when
I
we
don't
were coming
believe
back
you.
from Collins.
I'm not. I'm not saying I don't
Uncultured
believe you. I'm just saying
I
I
know
don't
I
remember
played
that.
But anyways.
I thought that.
Um,
I thought that.
I
statement
actually,
was
Coming
true.
out.
I saw,
I
I
thought that
saw,
statement was true.
I saw NSP in concert, and they put
Really?
on a phenomenal
Oh my
show.
God.
They really do.
I wanted to go
Phenomenal
so
show.
bad when they were at the like comedy center or whatever,
Mhm.
and I think I was still in college and I was leaving like
I didn't
right
have
when it was
anybody to go
happening.
with me, so.
That's when I saw them. I saw them in college too.
I ain't.
Yeah,
Not
I
going.
really wanted to go. I was really bummed that I.
Yeah,
couldn't see
it's
him.
funny because like Game Grumps were like a huge part of my life in like high school and like early college. Like, not because of like
Who's Game Grumps?
they're you know Ego Raptor, Aaron Hansen.
Say
No.
that.
They're
They
they're,
were
It's a,
they're
it's a,
like
it's
Let's
a,
Players
it's
on
a
YouTube.
YouTube
They're
group
so
where they played
wholesome
like
and
they
funny.
did Let's
They're
Plays
just
on YouTube.
Amazing.
I
in every
funny
love
guys.
Game
possible
Grumps,
way.
and I love Game Grumps animated. specifically
Game Grumps,
a
yeah,
lot.
Game Grumps was like a huge part of my life. I
played
think in like
video
high school
games
and
on
college,
YouTube.
but like
Okay,
yeah,
I
they play
never
video games on
watched-
YouTube.
Yeah, like
Video
they were
games on
like
that.
I watched Achievement Hunter. They watched Game Grumps.
Rip.
And I
You
think
watched a
like
little Achievement
I
Hunter.
think like the
I
reason
watched
for
a
that
lot
being I think the reason
of
for
it,
that being
of
was
a lot of
because I mean John was funny. Like John was a funny guy. He was very personable, but like Danny just bought something to like because like he's a kid from Jersey. Like he
Right.
was around like where I grew up. So like well no, actually he's not from around where I grew up. Ninja Brian's from around. He's next town over
Yeah.
from me, where he grew up.
Who's
But like he's a
an
Jersey kid.
astrophysicist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a theoretical physicist and
Which
shit.
is
I'm like, all right, cool,
incredible.
phenomenal.
He worked at like Oxford or some shit,
Yeah.
didn't he? And
Yeah.
then he gave it up to
He
go
wrote a
work for the
thesis.
band.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean like he was
His
you know,
daughter is so cute. Have you
Aw, I
seen her?
love
Oh yeah, his
her.
daughter's
She's
his daughter's adorable. But like yeah, he was like a kid from Jersey. Like he like mentioned a bunch of places that I've like been to and like hung out at. So like there was just something like super relatable about Danny that I really liked.
Danny,
and I'm
don't
really
you know.
glad that like all the allegation stuff turned out to be like not true because like
Yeah.
that kind of like really broke my heart for like a hot minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. Danny was like a huge part of it. I haven't watched them in like a really long time because I just kind of like fell off the
I don't
train.
want-
They were just sponsored to play Kingdom Hearts 3, so they did one episode of that.
Oh,
They were
really?
just
Oh, that's
sponsored
cool.
for that?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah. So they're
Did something come out?
no, they're having a sale right now.
Oh.
So I bought it. It was a very good sale.
I was gonna
Like
say that was so
40
random.
It's 40% off. You get a $10 coupon. I think you get like 3 months. This is not sponsored, by the way, but it could be. I love Kingdom
Sure
Hearts.
could be.
Yeah.
Square
I
Enix?
think you get like 3 months of like Disney Plus or something. Like
Oh.
they're just having a very big sale because they just brought the games to PC. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
so of course I partaked in this sale. Thank you, Game Grumps, for telling me about it. So they just played that, but they're only doing the one episode, sadly. But it was good.
I used to watch them religiously. I now I'm like occasional. Like I'll go back and be like, ooh, this is like a series that I'll watch, and I'll watch you know like a couple of things of it, or like series that they never finished when I was watching them, and then they've gone back to, like Twilight Princess. They like started it, stopped, and then I think they started again recently, and I was like, ooh. So
Yeah,
I
they
gotta
take
go
long
back and-
breaks in between like
Yeah.
games and stuff.
But I still thoroughly enjoy them. I think that
Yeah,
they
me
are.
too.
Very
Yeah, I don't know.
enjoyable to
I'm
watch.
sure I would still like their content. I haven't watched them since 2018, so I think there's probably gonna be a lot of catching up
I
to
go
do.
to
Yeah.
sleep to them
Granted.
very often.
I used to do that too. I
Although
used to do that
I
too
will
in high
say
school.
that the infuriation of like the joke. I mean, it's at this point it's like where everyone's like, Aaron, this game doesn't play well. Skips all the or like I don't know what I'm doing. Skips all the things that
Yeah,
he's supposed to know.
exactly.
What tell him what to do.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. This game
Classic
sucks. And it's like you
Aaron.
just skipped the cutscene that told you what to do. And he's like, well, who's talking? I don't need to listen to any of this.
They played Sonic Heroes. Anyone see that?
Yeah, I did see that
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I saw that
Hilarious.
one.
Great theme
That
song.
was a funny one.
So I don't play games,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
the
You're
only
wrong.
game I have played,
You're wrong.
and the only game I have played is StarCraft 1.
You've played a couple other
StarCraft
games.
1, really?
Odd game.
Yeah.
What a random game.
No,
Where'd you
Why?
pull that
Well,
one
yeah,
out of? Yeah,
literally,
really.
Where did that come
Go
from?
on.
no, because when StarCraft first came out,
That was like the late 90s.
yeah, Mark was like
Then
in his
Never again.
early 20s, and he was really into it. And then, like 3 years ago, he was like, "You should play StarCraft. You will like StarCraft." And I was like, "I don't know how to play games." He's like, "Don't worry about it." So then I started playing StarCraft, and I got really obsessed with it. And then I finished all of the first one, and then I started the second one. But my computer.
Did you hear there was a second one? I'm sorry. I'm just getting a deck.
But so I started playing the second one, but my computer is like really shitty.
Oh.
So it kept crashing because it was like 2 HD for my computer.
This 10-year-old plus game.
Yep.
So I've only played StarCraft 1.
There's just
No, everybody
ghosts.
heard
You
that,
should
right?
try.
Yeah,
You
that
should
was
try
me.
one
No,
of
it
the
is
Warcraft
the
games.
ghost.
They're
Alright,
pretty
cool.
similar, I think.
Hey.
Isn't
How's it hanging?
Warcraft like Skyrim?
No,
Oh.
that's World of Warcraft, which is also not exactly
Wait,
like
what's
Skyrim, but yeah.
Warcraft?
Warcraft is like where World of Warcraft came from. It was an RTS like
It's RTS.
real-time strategy.
StarCraft.
Like,
Oh.
like
It's
it's
the genre of game
StarCraft,
StarCraft is.
Oh, okay.
StarCraft, but fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would recommend just playing the third one, probably.
Sure.
She's like, I'm never gonna do that.
She'll never do it,
Yeah,
but
I'll
here's
never
my
do it, but
recommendation.
I'll say yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I've
Sure.
gotten you to play stuff before. You played Helltaker.
Oh, I did. That one was cute.
Yeah.
I'll take
But that was like a
take her.
super simple, like.
Very simple, like somewhat puzzle game.
Yeah.
It released for free about a year and a half
Yeah,
ago.
you
I
told me
forget.
like a year ago at this
About
point.
a year ago. Basically, I love this story, by the way. The guy, this guy who made the game, he was like, you know what there is not enough of? Sexy demon girls in suits and dressed very nicely.
Oh, I've heard of this game.
So he made a game
I've heard of it. Yeah, because I remember everybody was
specifically
talking about like the
based around
demon
that,
girls.
so that people would make porn of it.
Cool.
That's iconic.
What
And
a
did he
guy.
succeed?
Yeah, no, it's a great.
I
It's
know.
it's,
You
it's like
think
a
that he
it's like a
didn't?
4 to 6 hour game. You can get it for free on
I was
Steam.
gonna say 4 to 6 hour porn.
Who's got that time?
I was like, damn. People do.
I'll
Some
break it
people.
down. I'll break it down. I'll get there in
Yeah.
increments.
We got
Yeah,
increments. I got a
basically,
schedule
so
ready.
actually, Helltaker free game on Steam, about 6 hours total. Fun puzzle game and sexy demon girls. I recommend it.
What more could you want?
Nothing.
I mean, yeah.
Gets really annoying towards the end in a difficult way, but then you're like, oh no, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat this.
Speaking of RTSs that I particularly love, Halo Wars 1 and
Oh,
2.
Halo Wars whips.
I didn't like
I
that
love
one.
Halo
That was
Wars 1
great.
more than 2, but I love both.
I don't know.
But I will be forever upset that they're never gonna make a Halo Wars 3
Rip.
because Halo Wars 2 did not sell as well as they thought it would. Which Halo Wars 1 also didn't sell as well as they thought it did. But they were like,
So why
maybe
did they
it
make
would
a 2?
because it was like 10 years separate, and they're like, maybe it will this time.
Oh, maybe
And then-
now
and
it's
then-
Well,
time
because
to shine.
RTS games became like super popular in the
Yeah,
time between.
and,
then.
like-
Yeah.
And
Wait, I have a question.
What's up?
It's like sorry to cut you off. How do you call it? Overwatch? Is that an art?
no,
No, that's a
a
first-person
first-person
shooter.
Yeah.
It's an FPS.
very different,
But you
incredibly
play with
different.
other people?
Yes.
Yeah.
RTS
It's
does not
six,
inherit.
Two
Yeah,
teams of
multiplayer
6.
isn't just limited to RTSs. You can play in any
you can
genre.
play basically any game
Yeah.
with multiple people.
Yeah.
if they build a multiplayer component for it.
Wait, I thought Overwatch was a strategy. Like you wanted to win against.
There
them.
is
yeah,
strat-
you want
there
to
is
a lot
win.
of
That's how
strategy to
every
it.
game works. You
It's
want
a
to win.
it's a strategic first-person
Alright,
shooter. Like
no
you have
need
to
to be
think about like
condescending.
I know,
your
but I
s-
thought it was like a
You
team.
need to know
No, so-
the
No, there-
characters.
there-
Let me
there-
to know how
guys,
to,
let me
There-
explain.
Okay.
there's a team aspect to it. So you have 6 positions, and there's 3 roles you can fill, which is tank, damage, and healing. So you work with your team to fill those roles to have a composition of a team that will best suit like the situation of the game.
Oh, so you only play one character though.
You only play
yeah,
one.
but
character.
Yeah.
you can
change
swap
But you can
between-
switch. You can switch to different characters
Yeah.
when you die. So when you die in the game, you do what's
You don't
called
die for real.
respawning. You do what's called yeah. You don't die for real.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
this isn't stay alive with Frankie Muniz, which I have to talk about on the podcast one day because that's like the best movie ever.
Never
made.
seen that one.
It's
it-
Spy
it
Kids
is a
3D.
fucking trip.
Game over.
Yeah,
But
that's-
you don't die for real if you die in that game.
You just lose your account.
Yeah, you just lose your account,
What?
and then you have the shame of the entire American people, honey.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Whatever.
Spy
Point
Kids.
is,
Anyway,
Anyways, it's a
point is,
first-person
there were a
shooter
lot-
with
there were
more
a lot
s-
of games.
It's a first-person shooter with more strategy as opposed to COD, like Call of Duty, which is a first-person shooter where you just run
You
around
just-
shooting.
and arguably
Why
that
do
has a
you
lot.
lose your account if you
Arguably
die?
that
No,
has
no, that was
strategy.
just that was
That
a
was-
movie thing. That was
that-
a movie thing. That's
It's
not
not
anything to do with the
Overwatch.
games.
Oh, okay.
It was just a movie thing.
Great.
But like, sorry, that was just anyway. The
Mike
the-
is so mad at me.
No, I was like, I was trying to figure out how to get to where I was talking about because I was thinking about what you were saying. That I was like, hold on, I lost where I was
I'm
just because it was
sorry.
so out of. Anyway, Halo Wars.
Yes,
Halo.
Wasn't
Yep.
even upset when you forgot.
Love Halo Wars. I don't care.
Halo Wars is
Shut up.
awesome.
Halo Wars is great. Cutscenes are fantastic as Blur makes them, and
Yeah,
they're
Blur
so
is,
pretty.
They made the cutscenes for the
Halo Wars
Old
2
Republic
alright.
MMO too.
And Halo 2's remake.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah.
Halo 2's remake, fucking top.
Incredible. So good.
So
but yeah, I will be forever bummed that they will never make a Halo Wars 3.
I can go to sleep at night perfectly fine not
Pepperoni.
knowing.
No,
yeah, I didn't need it. I
That
didn't play
story
the first
didn't
one.
end. I want the end of the story.
Why does 2 end on a cliffhanger?
Yes.
Oh, that blows.
Oh, that
so
sucks.
did 1.
That
One
sucks.
also
Sucks to
ended
suck.
on
That sucks.
cliffhanger, and then you
Almost
got
like
it.
when they had a really good ending for the 3rd Sly game, and then they were like, "Hey, let's do a 4th and leave you on a cliffhanger ending."
And that
then-
4th one was also bad.
and the 4th one was also bad.
So,
Didn't make
so
a
honestly, you
bit.
can ignore the
Owie.
4th one. You can ignore the 4th
you
one.
really
and
can
just stick
ignore
with
the 4th
third.
one. 3rd one had a great ending.
Dude, that what was who sent that meme in the chat where it was Ratchet and Clank sitting there
Oh, that was
with,
me.
all,
Yeah.
with all the graves of Sly Cooper.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
you,
And
right?
I was like,
Yeah,
because
I saw Sly and I was like, "Oh, I feel that." And then I also saw Ape Escape, and I was like, "Oh, that's."
well,
a
Naughty
deep
Dog
cut.
is never gonna go back to
That's
like
a
Jack
deep
and
cut.
Daxter and Crash because like they have Last of Us and like
well,
Uncharted.
so
and
they
they're
gave
big,
they
high
gave Crash to
budget
that
ass
company.
motion.
Well, they didn't give it to
company.
them, but they like.
No, they like
Yeah.
they
So-
basically gave it
so
to them.
They
They're
might,
never gonna
they
make
might
another
do
Crash
the same.
game.
They might do the same thing with Jack.
No, they made a new Crash game.
yeah, they did. They
No,
made
they didn't.
Crash 4.
No, they didn't. That was Toys for Bob, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a new
Like
Crash
Toys
game.
for Bob.
Yeah, I'm
They
not
made
saying
it.
no. I'm saying
didn't
Naughty
know
Dog
it was a
didn't.
good
Oh
I know
no, yeah, but what I'm
Crash.
saying
I
is
don't
that they
know
might do
anything
the
about
same thing for
games.
Jack and Daxter.
Oh yeah, hopefully. I mean, that'd be cool.
Because that 4th game was great.
Yeah, Crash. What's it called? It's About Time,
Yeah.
which is
Great.
a great title. Great title, by the way.
I mean, it did get rid of Wrath of
It's
Cortex
about
or
time
whatever.
because Crash 3 came out in like 1999, and 4 came out last year. So it's like it's about time,
Oh,
It's
that's
yeah, it's
cute.
called that.
but
and
it's also about time travel too.
Oh,
So it's like a
that's
double
cute.
entendre kind
Yeah,
of thing.
but
Yeah,
that,
they did a lot of those.
that
I-
game also means that the GameCube one is non-canon, and that's a little sad because I
Oh,
fucking love
really?
I
that
couldn't
GameCube
tell
game.
you.
I'm like
Love that
really
GameCube game.
uneducated about video games.
Hey, it's okay.
I played Super Smash Bros. Melee.
That's a fun
There you
game.
go.
All right.
That's about it.
You've
It's
played a
fun
lot of them. The recent one we played that here.
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
but like I guess like
I will wreck
that
all of you
I
as
can
well
now.
play.
Last year.
But then I tried
Kirby.
to play Paper Mario when I was
You
a
and
kid.
Kirby.
Oh,
And
Paper
wait-
Mario's great.
So
And then
that's
it
all
was
that
like
matters.
too complicated, and I was like, "This is a lot to sit through, and this is a lot of reading." Because this is before I could read, so I was like, "Ugh, I can't do this."
You learned to read?
I did eventually.
Fuck, I'm alone.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, Mike's
But-
afraid of the written word.
Yeah,
It
he
scares
really
me.
is.
You know, as our friend Eamon likes to say, you know Frankenstein's monster that's afraid of fire? You just put a book in front of me and I'm horrified.
I mean, yeah, you refuse to read things unless sometimes
Is this
if
why
they
you
have
don't read
pictures.
manga?
You guys ever read Frankenstein?
No.
I
Yeah.
tried
That shit's
to.
fucking whack, dude.
Yeah.
Like Frankenstein, like you think of him as
I
like
did
the
it in
big
college.
green
No, no,
monster.
it's
No.
really different. He's like actually very handsome.
Frankenstein. No, he's not.
No, he's
I
not.
thought he was supposed to be handsome.
No.
What?
No.
Wait, I'm confused. Are you talking about
like
Frankenstein's
glowing yellow
monster?
eyes.
Frankenstein. No,
The
the
book,
story
the
of
book
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
The
Which
story of Frankenstein
I-
is a whack ass book.
Yeah.
Why do I think he's handsome?
I saw a really funny thing where it was somebody. It was like.
Are you talking about Frankenstein's monster or Frankenstein himself?
well,
what
Frankenstein
I
himself
just
was like
said.
kind of like a
But
meat
Frankenstein's
kinda
monster
did
was
you say
not.
that? I apologize.
literally
Frankenstein's
just
monster.
said
I thought
We were talking about the
Frankenstein's
book
monster was supposed
Yes,
to
I
look good.
understand.
No, he looks horrible.
Because I tried to read it once. I was like, oh, I don't really like the structure of how this is done. So I
think-
watched a video, somebody explaining pretty much. I think it was Overly Sarcastic Productions, and I could have sworn that they said that he was handsome.
No,
He's not.
the idea was
You
for
know
him
who's
to be, but
handsome?
he wasn't.
Who's handsome?
Stein from Soul Eater.
Yes.
Hey, remember that last time in the last episode we were like, hey, we lost the camera because it died. Hey, you guys lost camera 3, so
Bye,
We're
camera
still
Wait,
working
three.
on it.
camera, that one.
yeah, it's you guys.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah,
See ya.
we got a wide. It's
Did it
fine.
die?
Wide shot
Yeah.
only.
Well, you don't know that. Go check. Go check.
But
My hit.
anyway, yeah. The point was that like there was a TikTok video that I saw that I thought was really funny, where it was like the writer of Frankenstein, like the author was like the tagline was like alive again for some reason, talking about the book, and then somebody was like
Mary
oh,
Beth Shelley?
yeah,
Oh,
and they were like, oh, actually, fun
Mary
fact. Frankenstein's monster. Like Frankenstein isn't the monster, and he was like, "What? No, what do you mean?" And he was like, "Yeah, Frankenstein. That wasn't the monster. It's like that was the name of the guy."
Yeah.
And she's like,
Well, the monster's name is like Adam.
"Right.
What?
Yeah, the monster's name is
What?
Adam."
Yeah. No, the
Yeah.
monster's name is
He
Adam.
gives him a name. He's supposed to be like a person.
Have you
But
never
when-
read it?
No, he's
No.
named Adam because Adam was like the first man to
Yeah,
walk
but-
the
Right.
earth.
But
So
when
That
they,
makes sense.
When they talk about like Frankenstein, like it's the monster.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it traditionally
but-
these days we do because
Yeah.
like the movie version with like Boris Karloff has
Yeah.
like completely changed the image
Oh,
of
because they called him
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein in that,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
Frankenstein's
But,
monster.
like-
And then like some people will be like, "Oh, Frankenstein. It was actually Frankenstein's monster." It's like, yeah, but also his
Yeah,
dad.
but, like, also fuck
but also
off.
his dad was named Frankenstein, so therefore he took his father's name and it's Frankenstein. So shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Winky.
Sorry, that
Stinky
that
Winky.
annoys
My
me for some
father
reason.
was Mr. Frankenstein.
Please, my father was Frankenstein. Call me Adam.
Call me Adam.
But that book is
Call
whack,
me
dog.
monster.
Like there's so much shit in
Yeah.
that book that's whack as hell.
I do remember it's like he gets upset because he's alone and he's like, hey, make me a wife. And then, Dr. Frankenstein's like, oh, I don't know, this is wrong. He's like, okay, cool, I'm going to kill your wife.
Yeah, straight up like climbs into his Frankenstein's wife's window at night and like breaks her neck.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
leaves and then crashes a ship into the Arctic
Yep,
glacier,
yep.
kills the crew, and then is like, what have I done? And then his father, or then the actual Dr. Frankenstein comes and he's like, I gotta put you down. And he's like,
What?
no,
Yeah,
you don't.
yeah.
I'm serious.
So-
this is really happened.
But then he
I gotta
makes-
put
so
you
then-
down.
I gotta put you
Frankenstein.
down.
Frankenstein makes him a wife.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does because then he destroys it in front of
The
him.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah, shit, he does.
because
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
he,
right,
ma-
you're
no,
right,
he
you're
starts
right.
to
he
do
ma-
it.
Yeah, he makes the
starts
wife
to do
and
he
then
makes the wife and then
kills the wife.
kills her in front
Because
of
front of
the
Frankenstein,
monster.
and then Frankenstein's
Kill
monster.
my wife. I'm gonna kill
Yes,
your
that
wife.
was exactly what it was.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. So he's like, no, I won't make the wife. And then Frankenstein's monster kills Frankenstein's soon-to-be wife, which is also his cousin. And
Yeah.
then
Kill her.
yeah, kills her,
Different
kills her, and then Victor Frankenstein is like, I've had enough of this creation that I've wreaked onto they've wrought onto the world. We're just gonna kill him. And then he chases him into like the fucking Arctic Circle, and then he crashes a ship. Like literally, Adam. Like I'm just gonna call him Adam from now.
That's
Adam
fine.
climbs on the ship,
Call him
crashes the ship into a glacier, murders the whole crew, and then Victor Frankenstein finds him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that wife you wanted." Here she is, and then he just fucking shoots her right in front of him.
Yeah.
And then Adam's like, "Ah!" And then like goes over, and Adam goes over, fucking kills him, and then he's like, and then Adam has like a fucking philosophical debate with like himself, and like for the first time, actually, that's not true. He has like philosophical debates with himself throughout like,
Yeah.
the story, but like this time he's just like, "What have I done? I am rent onto man, and I cannot be part of this world anymore.
Like
I
an
can't
existential
die."
crisis?
Yeah, he's like, I
Yeah.
can't die, but my soul is dead already. Like heavy shit like that, like Victorian era English shit like that.
Oh, it's like Sayaka.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Adam is
Sure.
Sayaka in Madoka Magica. Yeah.
Yeah.
So- there's your literary connection. For that. So then he's like, I can't live with myself anymore. I am but a husk. I am literally all
Literally.
corpses.
Like Sayaka.
Yeah, he's like, I'm literally a husk. I'm literally
How can I
corpses.
love?
I am literally all. I'm like, he's like, I'm like 4 different people put together because like that's like his whole thing. Like,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
So he gets on like a floating ice like patch of like ice, and then the book ends with him just like sailing out into like the ocean,
Yeah.
Great.
and he just like lives his life
Wait,
on
does
like
he
the
need to
ocean.
eat?
No,
No.
he's dead.
He's immortal.
okay.
He's
technically.
made out of 4 different corpses.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
So
need to eat.
how did he kill the wife, but he couldn't kill him?
What do you mean?
Yeah, how did he kill Frankenstein's bride?
Oh, I don't. I think
Because she
I
wasn't
think
done.
I think
yeah,
she
I
wasn't
think it
done.
was like it wasn't done yet or something.
Yeah, or something. I think he like just like shoots her in the head or something.
He does some fucked up
She
shit.
wasn't
Yeah,
like
it was
ready
like-
to
Which
go.
like on Victor Frankenstein's part, it's like why would you do that?
a faulty
It's like
product.
this dude
Yeah.
literally
I mean, why would he
killed
play
this,
God?
like you're on this husk of a ship where he just killed the entire group.
Yeah.
What did you think
Because
was gonna
the
happen?
point of the story that like what I was saying is that a lot of people are always like, oh, the monster isn't Frankenstein. Like that's like it's Frankenstein's monster. It's not the name of the monster or whatever. And then it's like, no. Frankenstein was the monster.
No, the villain of
Frankenstein
Frankenstein
is the monster of the story.
No,
and
yeah.
Adam is just the person.
No,
like,
yeah,
a
exactly.
person there.
Frankenstein
He's
is the
like
villain.
victim.
Yeah, Frankenstein is the
Frankenstein's
monster.
villain. I really like old English literature. That's
I wrote an essay on
I really like it.
Frankenstein about the book and the movie differences and stuff.
Which
and
movie?
then
The
um,
30s one?
There's
I
like
used
20
Young
Or the one with
Frankenstein.
Robert De
I used
Niro?
Young Frankenstein.
Wait, which one?
Young Frankenstein.
Oh, Young
Oh,
Frankenstein. That's
with
a
the
great
Gene
movie.
Wilder? Yeah, phenomenal.
And I think I would technically used a couple, but like I used that, and then so that was for my English class in college, and then
you read a book?
I had to, and then
So mean.
You actually didn't have to. Colin was in my English class, and
Yeah, you
did
could
I
have
have
spark
to?
notes that
well,
shit.
okay, well to be
Never.
fair, I did that for basically everything always, but I don't know. I guess that book was just kind of
You were
interesting.
just really invested.
But and then what I did was the next semester, one of my film classes was like, we want you to do an essay on the difference between books and movies, and I went, cool, and handed in the
you
same
can
essay.
watch the film. You have to read the book. Like,
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I mistold that story. I made that essay for my English class specifically because I knew I had to write that essay for that class. So I wrote it so I could only write one for the two, and I got like a 90 in both. And I was like, bet.
So proud of you.
So way to go, dude.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Top tier student.
Top tier.
Yeah.
student.
You know,
Yeah.
I hope
look.
your teacher contacts you.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. I know you're like 30 years out of college.
You can't take it away.
We're rescinding your degree for
I know you
academic
already
dishonesty.
graduated.
Like,
They sure
but-
can.
But this is a scam.
you know that diploma you got?
but
Toss it in the shredder.
He's just like at your house, like
Yeah.
waiting with the diploma. Like, it's like I already have one.
Yeah,
Where do you
all
think
college
it is? It's like-
admissions know where you live, no matter where you.
yeah,
go
that's
to.
horrific, actually.
Wait, actually?
Okay, you know how like that post grad bullshit where they send you mail even though you didn't tell them where you live?
No, they sent it to my old.
Well, they have to
They
know
sent
where
it to
you
my old
live.
apartment. I never gave them my real address. I gave it.
Oh,
They sent it
okay.
to my
Bro
old apartment. I
strats.
don't live at anymore.
Just a bunch of mountain of like mail like outside your
But
apartment.
what I do know is that no matter how many times I unsubscribe to the freaking mail letter, they keep sending it to me.
You
But
can
Ramapo
never
does that too.
unsubscribe. You
Ramapo
can
does
never
that.
unsubscribe.
Wait, you know what's really weird? That I don't know why, but my computer just opens up my college like
It's a
website.
conspiracy.
Like it just opens.
Like, it's your
up-
default homepage?
Yes.
Yeah, you could change that.
I did, but why was it doing that?
That is weird.
It's
That's
been
very weird.
so many years.
Your school is like,
tracking
hey,
you.
Like-
reminder, you want to go back?
It's been 30 years.
Like, why is that a thing?
They're
It was
trying to keep an
But
eye on
Kat,
you.
you're still in college. Whoa.
I don't
Yeah, they're
know.
still.
You've
billing
been
you
in
for
college
tuition.
this
You've
whole
been in
time.
college this whole
Well,
time.
no,
There's your
the
Twilight
emails-
Zone episode. Yeah.
The emails.
They're billing you for
deactivated.
tuition.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Oh my god, that'd be horrific.
That would be horrible.
Still billing you for tuition.
I'm hoping that some of
Ugh.
that gets written off. They just take it away.
Yeah, it's a nice little,
That
nice little
debt.
tax write-off.
Yep.
Yeah.
On that note,
Yeah, I think that's our second episode, people.
hell yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to just listen to us, go to Spotify or Apple Music or whatever the hell it is. Leave us a review on one of those. You can't on Spotify, but
But you can on Apple.
Yep,
Sure
you can
can.
on
Give
you
us
can on
5
that.
stars.
So you can I guess
Yeah,
just
if you're
follow
not
us on
gonna give us
Spotify.
5 stars, don't leave a review.
Yeah, don't even bother. Don't even bother.
Yeah,
a couple
and-
of us do other things too.
Yes,
Yeah, we do.
Anthony.
Yeah, I make video essays on my YouTube channel called Super Milkshake, and I also talk about music sometimes. Yeah,
And,
at Super Milkshake.
Cat.
I stream on Twitch at Cat the Moonstar.
Nice. We'll have links to those in the description.
Yep.
And by the way, 2 episodes from now we'll be doing our anime club talk on Flip Floppers. So
If you want to be involved in that, basically, we're just going to be talking about it if you want to watch the show with us.
it is on Verve.
Mike,
if
say
you're
or one more
I will.
time.
I
Can we get while you're editing this, can you
um,
put a counter for how many times you did?
Oh my God.
Well, I'm
wait.
going to
but-
edit it, so
Okay.
yeah.
do
It's
it.
on it's on Verve or High Dive. I will keep saying it. I don't care. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, that will be in 2 episodes.
Yeah, watch along
And,
with us
yeah.
and leave some comments if you liked it or didn't like it, and what you liked about it or what you didn't like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it to it.
And then
It's a
you
threat.
are after me, right? For after we talk about that show. So,
Yeah. I still haven't completely decided on which show I want to do. I know there's one I really want to do, but I think I'm going to wait one more rotation before we do it.
Hey, you got
Spicy.
time.
yeah. So you
Yeah,
guys will find out
nothing
about
like
that
waiting
when
5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, love to
have
wait
people
5
watch
months
the
to
show.
have you guys
You
watch
guys will
my,
find out
one
about
of my
that when you
favorite
do.
shows.
All right. So thanks for watching.
All right,
Thanks everybody.
See ya.
Good night.